We've just spent 6 weeks traveling around Peru and filmed the entire time. This is every one of our Peru travel vlogs back to back for your viewing pleasure. Welcome to the Peru Travel Mega Vlog. Chichen is the biggest adobe city in the entire world, and you've probably never heard of it.
This is insane. This is up there for me with the Luxor temple.
But when a giant and ancient city made of mud pops up on your radar, you have to visit.
Good morning from northern Peru.
Last night we caught another overnight bus from the town of Mancora down here to Trujillo, which now means that most of the nights we've spent in Peru have been on a bus.
Luckily, last night was a lay flight 180-degree bed, so we slept okay, but the lights were kept on all night, so also we didn't sleep that well.
Despite that lack of sleep, we are super excited because today we are exploring a marvel that honestly we knew nothing about before getting to Peru.
Originally, because this is quite a quick break between long overnight buses, we just planned to use our time in Trujillo to catch up on some sleep. But when the largest city in pre-Columbia America is only a 15-minute Uber ride away,
you can actually get the bus there, and it's a little more budget friendly. What you do is catch the bus from Trujillo down to Huacachina, which is the nearby town, and ask the driver to get off halfway. But we're in a bit of a time constraint because our hotel needs us to check out in 3 hours. So we're in a taxi.
this is reminding me so much of Valley of the Kings in Egypt. Like, just driving along next to all of these historic sites is ringing so many bells for that. Plus, I think the fact that it's sort of like clay, mud, sand looking is helping that as well.
Okay. Gracias. Gracias. This place is huge. Like, I know that it's the biggest pre-Columbian city in the Americas, but I still thought pre-Columbian would mean slightly smaller. No.
So we have come to the ruins of Chichen, and there is a museum as well. Spot the difference, you can't. But we are here alone, and it's 9 AM, and there's a tour bus here, so there is people somewhere, just not here. God, this is so cool. I can't stop thinking about the Temple of Luxor or like the Valley of the Kings though in Egypt. It's insane to see how precise they could be already, and I'm pretty sure this is child's play compared to what we're gonna see inside.
Chichen was built in the 8th century, which means it was 600 years before the Incans built Machu Picchu. Being the largest pre-Columbian city in the Americas isn't its only claim to fame. It is also the largest adobe city in the world, currently.
If, like me, you don't know what that means, adobe basically means that it's made out of sort of clay or mud, so it is the largest adobe city in the entire world. That's nuts, and it is huge. The drive up, you could see all of the ruins. Like, how complex and sprawling this place is insane. We haven't even gotten to the entrance yet, and we've been walking for like 10 minutes. Gracias. Back this way. Gracias. I guess we go this way now. So tickets were 10 sol each, and you actually get entrance into 4 different sites. So where we are now, the Chichen ruins, the museum, ENQUIRIES and Huaca la Esmeralda. I don't think we're gonna have time for all of that today, but at least we're here, and maybe we'll sneak in the museum if there's time.
There are both English and Spanish tours. A lot of people said it's worth taking a tour. We decided not to, just to save a little bit of money. So we have been told what we need to do is just follow the fish, and there's little fish signs everywhere.
Honestly, does this not look like the Maze Runner? Like the gates? Follow the fish. One thing I did read online, and the reason I think we're following the fish, is that the Chimu people who lived here, they really regarded the ocean and aquatic life as sort of a god or a deity, which sort of makes sense because it was their main source of food and survival, and the reason that they thrived as a city here was because of the ocean. So I think we're going to see lots of fish drawn around here. We have just made it into one of the major complexes, and look at these 2 guys in the background. The detail of this stuff is blowing my tiny mind. Follow the fish.
Eighth century, which means they're what, 1200 years old, and yet all of these details are so prominent standing out from the wall.
I definitely think you would get a lot out of it if you were to have a guide and to pay for that. Luckily, there's been at least one sign, so we still know what everything is. This was a place used for ceremonies and rituals, and it's just crazy. I really like the people. Like, you'd see them in your peripheral vision, and I literally thought they were real life people. What's crazy to me is that we had no idea about this place until a couple of days ago when we entered Peru. But this is insane. This is up there for me with the Luxor Temple and the Valley of the Kings. The detail here and the fact that it is so ancient is just nuts. And we're here by ourselves on a Saturday morning. I don't think it gets better than that.
We read online that the Chan Chan city was preserved so well because of four main factors. Number one, the city was built using the adobe mud bricks, which you might think is pretty susceptible to decay, but when they're sun-dried, they actually become pretty tough. Number two, this region of northern Peru doesn't actually receive that much rainfall, so the main thing that would wash away a mud building doesn't really happen. Number three, after the decline of the Chimu civilization, this place was more or less abandoned, which means unlike a lot of other ancient cities, it wasn't repurposed or built on top of. And finally, in 1986, this place was made a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so you couldn't touch it.
The detail on the motifs within this structure is just insane. They are so beautiful, and I just don't understand how something like this was made so long ago without any of the tools that we have today. Like the precision and the artistic skill that you would need, because they all look identical to me. There's even these ones that look like an 8-bit modeling of a bird/fish. What's also really cool is once you know that they sort of worship the ocean, you start to notice that theme throughout all of the motifs. Like there's one that looks like a little wave, there's heaps of fish, what I assume is aquatic birds, and there's all these areas within this that it kind of looks like there were seats for maybe like meeting points, or I don't know what else they'd be used for. It is like a maze in here. If you didn't have the pathways to follow that you were allowed on, I think I would get lost in here instantly. Genuinely looks like an air vent. This place is huge. It just keeps going and going and going.
Apparently back in its heyday, there was 60,000 people that were living here, and it covers about 20 square kilometers.
Which is just nuts.
And some of the walls get 30 feet high.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so tall. It is crazy. Like even from here, you can see the small walls, and then just always in the background, there is this massive wall behind you. It is so cool to see. And I think the way, like I'm not 100% sure about this, but it looks like everything's obviously made out of mud bricks. And then it's almost like they put a layer of mud around the outside, like a bit of a render. And that's why it just looks like one massive piece. Like, look at this. Look how big that outer wall is compared to us and the interior walls. Isn't that crazy? It would have taken so long to build. Am I pointing in the right direction?
Yeah, roughly.
There.
The outside walls kind of remind me of that city from Game of Thrones. You know, the big wall, and they have to take it.
The frozen one?
What? No.
No, I don't know that show well enough to get the reference.
The city of Karth or something?
I have no idea, mate.
Oh, well. It was a little bit overcast this morning, so the sun wasn't out as fierce as it is now. But Chan Chan in the Chimu language literally means sun. So they knew it was going to be hot here. They're so cool, the walls.
And this is just an interior wall. And there's 4 or 5 of me. It's crazy how meticulous the Chimu people were in developing this city. Apparently the complex layouts and urban development was just insane for the time. And when the Incas took over this civilization, they actually took a lot from the Chimu people, including how they laid out their cities, a lot of their architecture, a lot of their like drawings and carvings and stuff like that came from the Chimu people. How many of these is this? We are leaving Chan Chan now. Unfortunately, the main thing I wanted to see, this like picture perfect moment, is currently closed. I think what happens is they sort of let bits open for some period, then they close it, so obviously there isn't as much human traffic all throughout the year just because it's made of mud. So it's a bummer we didn't get to see it, but on to the next thing. I think we have time for the museum. 1.5 k's later, we've made it to the museum.
There were plenty of taxis we could have got, but they were charging 8 soles for it, so we thought we might as well do the walk, use that money for something else.
This is a massive model of Chan Chan. And it's freaking huge. 20 square kilometers is a lot. So one really cool fact we've learned about the Chimu people is that they would free dive 50 meters deep to retrieve this specific type of mollusk. It's called, and from what I understand, it has some hallucinogenic properties. So it was mainly used in ceremonies and tributes, that sort of thing. But the Chimu people's diet consisted of a lot of seafood because they were a coastal town. And this might be a terrible idea because we have to check out of our hotel in 45 minutes. But just down the road, there is a super charming coastal town called Huanchaco, which is meant to be the spot to try ceviche.
It's kind of good that we have this time crunch because there's like huge tour groups and school groups, it looks like, following us. So we've been alone most places, but only by like half an hour. How lucky was that? As soon as we came out of the museum, the bus to Huanchaco just passed us, gave us a little toot toot, now we're on the bus. That was probably the best timed thing we've ever done. That bus pulled up as soon as we needed it and it took us pretty much right where we need to go. That's one thing about the buses that are around here and in South America in general. You just have to be walking the way that they're going and hail one down if they don't beep at you. I think it's like a 2-minute walk and we're at lunch.
This place is so fancy. The guy downstairs radioed up to tell them we were coming.
Views aren't bad.
So ceviche isn't just a dish here, it's a cultural institution and source of national pride. In fact, ceviche is so integral to the Peruvian identity that they have a national holiday to celebrate it. Every year on June 28th, they celebrate Dia del Ceviche, a day honouring this dish and its role in their culinary heritage.
We really wanted to try and do justice to a dish this important to the country, and Google has led us to this restaurant called Big Ben in Huacachina, and if the prices are anything to go by, it should be pretty good.
I don't really know how to tackle this, and I didn't expect it to come in a cup. It kind of looks like a seafood smoothie right now. It kind of looks like clams or something, and I think we got the tiger milk one. It was the cheapest one. It was the cheapest one on the menu. Super, super lemony and herby. There's also like some fresh onion in there that's really nice. Oh, we also got it medium spice and the spice is starting to crawl up my neck a little bit. That's surprisingly good. I think it being in a cup is what's throwing me off the most. Not bad.
If you've watched this channel before, you know that we're not the biggest fans of seafood, but we couldn't come here and not try this. I actually quite like it. The tang you get is immediate. It kind of confuses itself in my mouth whether it's tang or spice, but I think it's both. Today's been awesome. but we are running really short of time, so we have to down this, get back to the hotel, get our bags, because tonight we have our third overnight bus in Peru.
Yay!
It's a pretty hard hike. It does cost a bit of money, all worth it. This is Laguna 69, a pristine lake sitting at 4,600 meters elevation, tucked away in the Huaraz National Park in Peru. The water is probably the bluest I've ever seen and originates from giant glaciers. This stunning site is only a few hours from the Peruvian city of Huaraz, but is not as easy to get to as we would have hoped.
If you've been watching our channel for a while, you probably know that we like to do things independently where we can. But getting to the Laguna 69 trail would have included a bus, a collectivo that wouldn't leave until it was full, so who knows how long that takes. And then even if you make it to the trailhead, there's no guarantee of a return. So instead of being risky, we decided to book onto a tour from our hostel, which as it turns out includes a breakfast stop at this lovely cafe. It does cost extra, but I am very happy for the fact that I get to have a coffee because we had to get picked up at 5 a.m. this morning and we have a 13-kilometer hike at elevation. So I think I'm going to be grateful for some food in my tummy. That's 3 breakfast sandwiches each. I guess try and eat as much as I can, right? Yeah. Turns out it's 1 marmalade bread roll, 1 butter bread roll, and 1 egg bread roll. Plus a banana, a juice, and a coffee. That's pretty good.
Back on the bus. So we started this journey in the town of Huaraz, which actually sits at 3,000 meters elevation, but the trailhead here starts at 4,000 meters elevation. And if you've watched any of our old stuff, you'll know that Kilauea, the summit, that was 4,000 meters. But from here, we're actually hiking another 600 meters straight up. Ultimately, we should get to a very beautiful blue lagoon. But like the views already, pretty insane. Considering that technically yesterday we came in an overnight bus from sea level, altitude sickness is a very real possibility. Oh. But we'll see how we go. It's 8Ks to the top.
I am also slightly concerned about our abilities. Every single person here has like proper hiking clothes, hiking sticks, whatever they're called, and we do not. So that's going to be interesting.
Pretty epic.
We're not even there yet.
Barely started.
Wow. So even though we are on a tour with a guide, we're all sort of just allowed to go our own speed for this bit because it's like one single track. We've been told the times we have to leave the lake and that we have to be back at the bus. But other than that, we're basically by ourselves. And apparently this hike is separated into 3 sections. One is this, where it's like mostly flat, quite enjoyable. The second, the incline starts. I'm struggling a lot. And the third is meant to be really intense incline up to the lake. So I'm not looking forward to that.
I also didn't expect to see so many animals. Already we've seen a bunch of cows and it's only really just started.
5Ks here. We're still meant to be in the easy bit and I'm struggling. Hiking at elevation is no joke.
Because of how popular this tour is, a lot of people come up here without the expectations of a hard hike. Honestly, I think today we're one of them. We knew it was going to be hard, but just not prepared.
I didn't expect it to be this hot.
Yeah.
It was freezing this morning. And we're like snow-capped mountains all in the background, but then it's all like these jagged mountains. And we're in this really hot valley.
I'm a big fan that the first, at least half of this is just following a meandering river in this valley. And there's like waterfalls
bridges to cross. Mountain peaks, obviously. Really beautiful.
Did not expect to see ruins on this trek. So Huaraz, which is where we're staying at the moment, is actually known as like the hiking or trekking capital of Peru. There are countless treks you can do from here, but it seems like this is the most popular by far. We were so close to booking this other one that takes you to a glacier because it looks amazing. But apparently the lake here is fed from glacier water, so at least that's something. I'm so tired though, we've only been going for like an hour. Maybe not even.
Not even. Pretty sure we've reached hour 2, the incline has started. The waterfalls have got bigger and the peak is getting closer. Hour left.
If you're like me and you hear the number Lake 69 and wonder, ooh, I wonder what the significance of that number is. Maybe there's a cool story or meaning behind it. Probably like me, you'll be disappointed to learn that no, it's just a number. From what I could glean online, they just numbered the lakes around here, and this is the 69th one. I have a theory that I'm workshopping on hiking that I've been thinking about through the Kilauea Loop and now on this hike as well. I think when you get into hiking, you sort of fall into these bands of how into it you are. To start with, I think you're not really into it, you're not seeking it out, but you'll go on hikes with friends and your girlfriends just to catch up. The second level, I think, is where I'm at. You are actively seeking it out. You enjoy most aspects of it, like being out in nature, the achievement you feel once you get to the top. But during the hard bits, you're still questioning why you're doing it, looking for reasons to blame it on Jordan instead of yourself. Level 3, I think you're proper into it. The hard bits don't seem so hard. And then level 4, the elite level, they're like the ones running up and down, trying to get a personal best time. I don't know if I'll ever be out of my second band. Hi, Cal. 3Ks to the lake. I definitely thought we had gone further than that. I'm struggling a lot. It's crazy how quickly I'm getting out of breath on the uphill. They're not even that steep, but it's just like instantaneous. I have a stitch. Let's keep going.
I think we're into the last hour now. Seems to be pretty straight uphill from here. Looking forward to it. Emily's not.
We've been walking for almost 2 hours now. Well, I have no idea how much longer there is. I honestly thought as we were coming over this ridge that this was going to be the lake, but we've just come down into another valley and I can see people up in the distance. Whoa. I can see people up in the distance climbing up again. So there's definitely more uphill. Yay! 1K to go. But I do think that 1K is straight up.
It's just hit midday. This is when we're supposed to get to the lake. Hopefully it's not far away. At least we're not alone.
We are so close now. Whoa. But I think we're like the last people to get there.
Wow, that is blue.
We did it!
This is it.
I can't believe we made it.
Lagoon 69.
Oh, that was really, really hard.
That was tough. It's 12:15. 2 hours and 48 minutes.
That's not bad. They said it normally takes 3 hours.
We beat it.
We have
And we're still last.
45 minutes and then we have to go back.
Yeah.
So as beautiful as this trek is, and is definitely one of the things that you have to have on your bucket list if you're in this region of the world, it's not free. The hike to Laguna 69 costs a couple of different things. The first thing is transport to get here. There are a bunch of different tour companies, usually within your hostel, that will do transport. Ours costs 45 soles per person, but once you're here, you actually have to pay to get into the national park too, which is 30 soles per person per day. One day was more than enough.
I am buggered. That hike really took it out of me. I think the elevation maybe got me a little bit because I was just out of breath instantly. But this lake makes it so worth it. It is like literally Gatorade blue. It doesn't make sense. And then the snow doesn't start till like halfway up. It's almost like this perfectly straight line where the snow begins. And there's a waterfall. Like win, 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 win. I'm kind of sad we can only hang out for a little bit of time because we took so long to get up here. But it's a pretty picture perfect spot for a picnic.
It's warm.
Is it?
Didn't know it was a hot spring. That was a joke. It's actually so cold. People were cooling their beers in it.
Now we kind of have to vamos back down the mountain because we took a while getting up here, so I'm a bit nervous.
We don't want to miss our bus home.
There may be a donkey up ahead. It's either that or we've been walking for so long that we're both hallucinating a little bit.
Did we die? And that this is heaven? Wow, are you a dream come true? Yes, I am a dream come true.
And that was the Laguna 69 hike.
That was amazing, but really, really difficult. Even that way down was kind of brutal. My knees and my toes are in tatters.
Yeah, my back, my neck. Bring sunscreen. We thought a hat would be enough. Bring sunscreen.
We've never made that mistake before. We're normally so good with sunscreen.
Yeah.
It took us under 5.5 hours to complete the whole thing, and 27,931 steps. That is more than any of the Kilauea Loop days.
Well, there you go. This one's more than a Kilauea Loop.
Time to lay down until we gotta get the bus. I know today didn't exactly start how we planned it to. We've locked ourselves out on the balcony, but this is pretty good.
Good morning from Lima, Peru. More specifically, the Miraflores region of Lima, Peru.
We knew Lima, the capital city, was gonna be huge, but after catching the bus here from Huaraz, we were just blown away by how big and how busy this city was.
So instead of trying to see the entire city, we've only got about 6 hours. So we're gonna see our little section.
We're locked out here. What do we do? We're locked out on the balcony. I don't understand. Hello, we've locked ourselves out on the balcony. Okay, I can text you? Okay, I'll message. Okay.
He's received it, he hasn't read it. Hopefully we can get off this balcony.
Turns out there's no door handle. So it's only openable from the inside.
We did say we were going to explore our local area, we just didn't think it would be this local. Here's the seat. A plant.
Ooh. Oh no.
He's not replying.
Is there like a hidden latch that we're not seeing?
That'd be nice.
We're staying in this huge apartment building and the reception is downstairs. So our Airbnb host is calling them to see if they have a spare key, hopefully, to let themselves in so they can let us out of the balcony. Just got a positive kind of message from the host. He is going to send a key to the apartment, which should take about 20 minutes, and then someone can come let themselves up, because I guess they don't have a spare key here. We have the only key to the apartment. So, 20-minute wait out on the balcony. I just didn't realise there wasn't also one on the outside.
Yeah, I just assumed doors usually unlocked.
Getting hungry. Really want a coffee because that was going to be the first stop. I also need to use the bathroom.
Because it's in the door, locked and still in the door, so I don't know how they're gonna put their key in. I don't know how locks work. Clearly. Someone's coming from reception to open the door. It's still unclear whether they'll actually be able to get into our apartment to open this door, but he seems confident.
The issue is that even the front door doesn't have a latch to lock, so our key for the apartment is in that door at the moment to be able to lock the door. So how do they then put a key in from the other side to unlock it?
Apparently they are coming up to the apartment now.
So after a 40-minute wait, we now have to wait for a locksmith.
They're breaking in the lock. Oh, they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just knocked the key out. That means they should be able to put their key in and come in. I can see it moving.
Yay. Yeah. Gracias. Gracias.
Thank you so much. Not exactly the start to the morning I thought we would have.
Now we can see Miraflores. We've got so much planned for South America, but we're running out of time. We've spent 6 weeks in Ecuador and 6 weeks in Colombia before getting here, so we've really only given us half a day in Lima. And that half a day has been significantly cut into. Still, the day should be pretty fun. We're gonna get some coffee, see some cats in a park, and hopefully eat some good food. Right now, we're on the Malecon, which is one of the things that there is to do here in Miraflores in Lima.
It is beautiful here. You look out onto the ocean with these sky-rise buildings behind you, the cliffs with all the greenery on them. It's like this weird, rugged beauty mixed with a city. It's cool.
We hope to see cats today. We didn't expect the dogs.
I'm almost glad now that we got stuck in the apartment because we got to time up with seeing a police dog agility course, and they were so freaking cute. And there was this tiny, tiny little sausage dog that did it, and they had to lower all of the courses for him. It was so cute. He would be the scariest one to run from if you're in trouble. Now coffee? Like an American mall, this place, whatever it is. We got a kind of disappointing and kind of expensive coffee, but honestly after the morning we had, I just needed anything with caffeine.
On the Malecon there is Park Amor, or Park of Love.
It's basically this really landscaped park with a sculpture in the middle of people having an intimate moment.
Bit of PDA.
Bit of a
Popular place though, I get it. Like there's an amphitheater for sitting and
there's all these beautiful mosaic walls around. Also, Miraflores, I can see why people recommend this as like the tourist place to come. Just the walk is so beautiful. And there's like a bike path along it, and you can hire bikes and bike across the Malecon as well.
Heaps
so
of
much
bikes.
fun.
Yeah. the Malecon there is heaps of like workout places, which is just such a nice idea to be able to work out with the views that are along here.
It always just blows my mind though that people are actually using them. Like we have them in Adelaide where we live and no one uses them.
No.
Here it's like 5 people per exercise thing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It is really busy today, which considering it's kind of overcast and not the best weather, is kind of nice to see. It's very chill for how busy it is.
Now we've come to a lighthouse, but it's not red, it's black and white. It's like an emo lighthouse.
So I know nothing about this lighthouse, but I've just Googled it and apparently it's still active to this day. It's one of the most famous and visited lighthouses in all of Peru.
Oh wow, we should probably know about it then.
Oh, it's actually navy, not black. Technically speaking, definitely looks black.
This cat park is further away than I thought. I think it was meant to be a 30-minute walk, but after the ordeal this morning and being stopped along the way with all these different exciting things, we've been active for like 2 hours.
I want to go see cat. Oh, I'm so excited for food though. Kind of want to try something new, but also what I've had there before. Mwah. Delicious.
We just did some Googling while we were sitting by the lighthouse. We knew Lima was big, but apparently it is the 5th largest city in all of South America.
10 million people live in the greater Lima region and 1/3 of all of Peru's population live here.
And Peru's massive.
That's crazy. Those numbers are mind-boggling. 1/3 of the Peruvian people live here.
That's nuts.
It's also the 2nd largest desert city, second only to Cairo. This way.
Speaking of Cairo, let's go see some cats.
What? How do you make them come to you? I don't know what it means.
Compels me though.
Look at that one doing a lick.
We've been calling it Cat Park. It's actually Kennedy Park or JFK Park.
Why?
Not really sure why I didn't do that much research. Apologies. But there's cats here.
I can see like 5 right here and we've walked in. We're on one of the first benches from walking in.
Yeah, as advertised. They're just hanging out.
Apparently it's all stray cats that are quite well looked after and generally speaking quite friendly and cuddly.
Hopefully we can get a cuddle.
I'm gonna go try and pet one.
Alright.
It's everything I dreamed and more. It's really taking me back. Do you remember one of the first places we visited on this trip? Thailand, Chiang Rai, the cat cafe?
Oh yeah.
We were there for hours and hours just cuddling cats. And I think we went through like 4 coffees because we just wanted to hang out with them for so long.
That's what they need.
Yeah, just a coffee stand. These cats are all stray and it looks like they're genuinely so well looked after. Because this one here has like a patch and you can see that they've shaved for like a surgery. So they must be looked after, right?
Right.
But I think there's more this way if we want to go that way.
We haven't done any research, so we have absolutely no idea how this happened, but it seems to have just propagated and must be like a place that people know to come, check for the cats, make sure they're healthy, because they're literally everywhere.
I never used to be much of a cat person, but being on this trip and specifically being in Ephesus and that orange cat that I met.
I'm sorry, what? Is this my cat now? She's purring.
All the things I thought would happen today at Ephesus, this is not one of them. They've just melted my heart. I still don't really know how to like talk to them or read them. So I'm just like, psst, 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 you come here to me. And it's not working.
They definitely get fed, definitely get watered. There's bowls littered around the place for them. I don't know about shelter. I guess if it rains, they just go under the benches, maybe?
They're cats. They figure it out.
They figure it out.
There's also people walking around here, like walking their dogs, which I think is very brave.
Yeah. But they seem to be well behaved. I think
fun.
it's... Ooh.
Hi, buddy.
Such a good idea if a city has like a stray problem or a stray population that's getting a little bit out of control, just designate a space and then it becomes a tourist attraction. super popular. There's also a bunch of art around the place, and it looks like it's used for exhibitions too. Like right now there is some sort of art show on. You've got to check that out too.
Weren't exactly chosen, but that's okay. We got a sleepy boy. Oh, he's so toasty warm.
Okay, since this day is going a lot longer than we thought it was going to go, I think I can speak for both of us when I say that we are very, very hungry, but we have a good plan of a good sandwich.
And I can see the sandwich place we really want to go to across the street. I don't know how you're getting me to leave after this. I stay here until you wake up. I know today didn't exactly start how we planned it to. We've locked ourselves out on the balcony, but this is pretty good. I feel like if that didn't happen, maybe this wouldn't have happened either. You know, swings and roundabouts.
Decided to call this little guy No-Doze because all he does is sleep, and that's ironic. Emily's starting to look up immigration laws for cats. We can't take him home.
We can, it's just how much are you willing to spend? I bring the cat to the sandwich shop, you know? How do you say goodbye to a cat?
Oh, Bobby.
Well, we can't go. Lucky the sandwich is nice. Oh my god. My legs are numb. Oh, bye, I love you forever. Bye, No-Doze.
All right,
My legs are
like half an hour later. So this sandwich we actually did try once in Trujillo, actually twice in Trujillo, because we fell in love with it. And I pray it's at least similar, because it's going to be amazing.
It's a chain, so hopefully it's similar, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
Thank you. So, Vietnam has the banh mi, Italy has the panini, Peru has the sandwich area. Sandwiches here are such a cultural thing that they rival ceviche, and we know that they have a national holiday here to celebrate ceviche. So the fact that this is even on the same level as that is kind of crazy. And I think this might be one of the most popular sandwich stops in all of Peru. It's like a chain, so you think it wouldn't be that good, but it is delicious. So much so that this is the third time we're eating here. I got the same thing I always have, which is like a shredded chicken. Jordan got a deluxe, which means it comes with egg and some extra stuff. We also got some fries on the side, which they claim are the best fries in Peru. Top tip, put the fries into the sandwich, makes it even better. So this one is so simple but unbelievably delicious. The bread is like really fresh and high quality. Then it's just simply like, it tastes like roasted chicken that's been shredded, mixed with mayo. Ah, gracias. Wow. Thank you. It's been mixed with mayo, lettuce and tomato, and that's it. And yet it is, like, I dream about this sandwich.
I genuinely love it. It's so good, and you hit the nail on the head when you said it's like simple. It kind of tastes like if you'd go over to a friend's house when you were younger and they just have like, oh, like it's leftover chicken bits and like we'll put it in a wrap for you, but like it really hits. Kind of like that. Best fries in Peru. They're okay. They're not the best fries in Peru, but they're not bad.
I think I devoured that in under 10 minutes. Delicious. It's one of those foods that is so good that as you're eating it, you're constantly like, oh yeah, this is good. It's not like you get over it or bored of it. It is consistently amazing. And I'm saying that as someone who has had that exact sandwich 3 times.
It's also one of those foods where it kind of feels healthy. Like, I'm sure it's probably not, and the chips definitely aren't, but it feels a lot healthier and less greasy than like McDonald's or any of the others.
So good. I don't know what this is. It's delicious. I'm happy.
What a finish, what a day.
I think there's another one up there. turns out that sandwich shop is so popular, there was another one around the corner.
They are everywhere, and I'm hoping that means that they're going to be right near where our apartment is. Hopefully.
Well, I had such a good day in Lima in the end. I know we started it maybe a bit down, being stuck on the balcony.
Physically locked out.
But a park with a bunch of cats. We saw the cool police dogs, amazing views, and delicious food. Yeah. I'm just not sure a day in a city gets better than that.
Kind of wish we had more time to explore more of Lima.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the Miraflores region. I cannot stress that enough. Just the Miraflores region.
It is crazy for such a big city how kind of quiet it seems, and it's a Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite chill vibes here in Miraflores.
Very chill vibes here.
Gonna be chill vibes in Huacachina too.
Oh yeah. We've got, tomorrow we are catching another decently long bus to a very unique destination.
Oh my god, it's already scary. Ah! Oh my god!
Oh, are you okay?
This is one of the most mind-blowing spots on Earth. Forget the Sahara. Forget Dubai. Forget the Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado. This unbelievable and unique desert oasis is nestled right here in the heart of South America. We've spent the last few weeks exploring northern Peru. From relaxing beaches in Mancora to the epic ancient site of Chan Chan. We've hiked the wild trails of Huaraz to the bluest lake I've ever seen, and even hung out with some cool cats in Lima. But now it's time for the biggest adrenaline-filled adventure yet. Imagine this, an oasis surrounded by colossal sand dunes. Now, add adrenaline-pumping dune buggies, heart-stopping sandboarding, and desert sunsets that will leave you speechless. That's Huacachina. So, if you're up for an adventure like no other, if you crave jaw-dropping landscapes and heart-pounding thrills, then stick around because Huacachina is about to steal your heart. Let the desert adventure begin. Good afternoon from Huacachina, Peru.
This entire town is a literal oasis in the Peruvian desert. We had seen so many photos and videos of this place, and I had no idea that what I was looking at was in Peru.
A couple of days ago, we were in Lima and we figured out that it's only a 4-hour bus ride from there to get here, and we can definitely lose a couple of days in the dunes.
As it turns out, we'll be spending the next 2 days adventuring the only natural oasis in all of South America. It has some pretty cool origin stories as well, but we'll share that with you later.
It is kind of surprising how small this town is. I guess anything will look small when it's surrounded by dunes this big. Oh my god, this sand is really hot. Holy f***. Ooh, alright, running down the hill. I'm running. Save yourself. Very quickly learning you do not come out during the daytime in Huacachina, especially if you don't have shoes on. That sand is burning my feet. Thank God for this little piece of cardboard. Okay. Small break. Even though this place is really small, there's quite a lot to do here, but we are absolutely not doing anything in this sand while it is this hot. So we'll do it this afternoon.
Literally feels like a second-degree burns on my feet now. Let's go dunk them in the pool.
I'm very excited for this. Got our board. We could go on a incredibly huge hill, but I think to start we're on the lookout for some beginner dunes. Man.
We got our boards from the nicest man, and it was 25 soles each, and we can have them for as long as we want. Given how tiring it is to walk up the hills, I don't know how many times we're gonna go down. At least until sunset.
They break you off like a little bit of a candle so that you can wax the underside of your board. But we're both kind of cautious of putting too much wax on and flying down the hill too quick. While she extra waxes my board. Classic.
I just want you to go fast. The plan is, because this is our first time ever doing this, we've come to a spot where it sort of evens out at the end, so it's only like a little runway. It's not a huge sand dune, and we don't know how to control ourselves. I'm still kind of scared though. It is wild how quickly the sand has cooled down between the few hours that we were out here last time and now. It was literally scalding our feet just a few hours ago, and now it's like a perfect temperature. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Oh, you're not standing up?
No!
Stand up, you loser!
Oh, I'm too far forward.
Jordan did not go very far very fast, so we're gonna hike up a bit further, I think, and hope that that does the trick, I guess.
Go! Whee! More wax?
Yeah, maybe. Put your feet in these things.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Emily, instant success straight away. And I'll wax it up.
We're doing it! Oh my god! It's already scary! Oh my god! After that stack, this height is quite enough for me. I am covered in sand now, but Jordan still wants a bit more, so he's going up higher. I'm gonna stay here. This is so much fun. I get it. The adrenaline rush is so cool. I think what scares me is having my feet like attached to the board, because I know if I fall, the board's coming with me. So maybe next time I'll just rest my feet on top.
Probably doesn't look like it in the camera, but this is considerably steeper than our last one. I'm a little bit nervous. It's beautiful up here though.
Oh my god!
That got really quick, really fast. Bye board.
I'm going! Ah! If you come here and you don't do any of the activities, the one thing you have to do is climb the dunes and watch the sunset.
Yeah, every night as well. Like if you're here for 3 nights, watch the sunset for 3 nights.
We did it the very first night we got in, and as soon as we were up here, we were like, we have to do this every night. Like, pull me out of bed if you have to for whatever reason. We are doing this. We've seen sunset twice now, and we do love a good sunrise when we can get one. I don't think it's going to be a good sunrise because it gets quite hazy in the morning, but I think we're going to try and climb the biggest sand dune in the area for tomorrow's morning sunrise. Yeah. You just have sand everywhere. Do I?
Yeah, on your tip of your nose.
It's like,
Yeah, I fell over
I
a
can
few
feel
times.
it.
Yeah. So seeing these dune buggies go at sunset has made us really jealous. Obviously we've missed today because the sun's just set, but I think we're gonna book on for tomorrow.
It's 35 soles for 1 hour, but you can go on a 2-hour trip for only 10 soles more. So why not do that?
So that's something to look forward to, but for now,
I'm hungry.
It's actually working! It's so fast! This is the fastest I've gone! Don't get your hands going! What an easy way to get down the hill.
Time for dinner.
the center of the oasis is obviously the oasis itself, the body of water, but as you walk around it, it seems like the shops get more expensive.
So last night we ended up eating at our hostel restaurant, which we didn't realise, which is the cheapest. But tonight we're gonna walk around to the other side because there was this beautiful restaurant that we really wanted to try out.
Yeah.
I have also never gone to dinner feeling this dirty. It's just everywhere. I think the thing that makes me think this place is really cute is all the mixed match colour furniture. There is also a cat here, which is very cute. But they are like blasting an old Michael Jackson concert right now. It's very bizarre. We like to treat ourselves every now and then. Hopefully this food is actually worth the money because dinner last night was pretty good and it was probably half the price. I can't wait to hop in the shower though. I just feel this layer of sand everywhere. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This smells so good and your chips look good. Pesto pasta is just the top. And you can't convince me otherwise. Chips are okay. It's so green. I feel like my mouth will be green after this, but it's delicious. It's almost like a spinachy pesto. So the goal was to get up for sunrise, but the last 2 nights we have been woken up at 12:30 by people checking into our hotel room and just like yelling in the hallway. So we slept in a little bit. I think we're still gonna make it for something pretty and like it getting a bit more golden, but it's definitely not sunrise.
The sun rises here just before 6 a.m. We got to the very top of the tallest dune we can see from the oasis, and it's just gone 6:30. We missed the sunrise, but it's foggy and cloudy all the way around, so I don't think there would have been one anyway, and we're still here completely alone. It's pretty good, it's pretty special.
It looks like it just goes on endlessly behind you.
It might.
I might be biased because we've been there for sunset all the time and it's really golden and beautiful, but I think hiking just the halfway up to where we have been every other time is prettier, because behind me there is like this sprawling city, so it kind of takes away from the desert a little bit. And also you can really clearly see Ica, which is like the closest town. Kind of takes away from the fact it's an oasis when you're also surrounded by a massive city. We can hang out for a little bit and then breakfast will be served at our hotel. One thing you can't help but notice here, apart from the massive walls of sand literally surrounding us, is just how many depictions of mermaids there are throughout this tiny town. We've seen sculptures and murals and like different logos seem to have them as well. And it turns out there is a reason for this.
Huacachina actually translates to weeping woman, and there are a ton of mythological stories around the origins of this place. Our favorite is there was once an Incan princess who came to this area to cry over a lover that she lost. I think he died, and she cried so much that she created this oasis and this pool. Then another warrior came up and really startled her, so she dived under the water, but when she came back up, she was a mermaid.
One thing it seems like all of the little origin stories have in common is that the woman turned into a mermaid, and the rumor has it that she still lives in here and tries to lure swimmers out at night.
That may be one of the reasons that locals recommend to not swim in here, but there is something else that you can do. Did you do all your buckles up?
No. I'll take us around clockwise, and then if there's anything, it's so squeaky. I can't believe we're on the oasis right now. Ah. Really turns quick all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Turns out for 30 soles, you can rent a little pedal boat for an unidentified amount of minutes.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll just go up, around, head back.
Yeah, it's a bit too squeaky
Yeah, and then
to be relaxing.
this afternoon we've got probably the thing I'm most
excited for since we've been in Huacachina.
We're going dune buggying.
We got a 2-hour sunset dune buggy tour.
Let's go over towards the reeds.
Get to work.
Yeah. If the mermaid is true, definitely hangs out in there during the day. How deep is this? Do you know?
Don't think it's that deep.
Not deep enough for a mermaid to just hide under. She's got to be in the reeds.
She could hide under.
Alright, good for her.
We did have to pay a tax, which we didn't expect. There's both a tax to go on the water and a tax to go up the dunes. We didn't pay it on our first day here, I think because we were just here later and they weren't collecting tax at that point. Also because we kind of went up the side of the dune, maybe we didn't see someone, but didn't expect it. 2 lots of taxes. It's about 350 soles per person per day. Dune buggy time.
I'm so nervous. It looks like they go so fast and you can legitimately hear people screaming on them out of terror. So I think I've worked it up a little bit in my head.
Yeah, I hope the camera stays together. We're having a lot of trouble since it got all sandy. We'll see. This is it. Surrounded by so many buggies. And they're all just revving. And this is the one we're getting.
Very homemade. Like there's just nuts and bolts holding these seat belts in place.
I feel like it's gonna be one down here. Stranded in the desert.
This is already so much fun and we've been going for 5 minutes. I do feel like our car's may be broken because it keeps backfiring and I don't know much about cars, but I don't think that's a good thing. But we're out in the middle of the desert now. I feel like a little kid. I'm like giddy and laughing my head off in there. Biggest goofy smile that all this sand is just going into my face. I'm so glad we got the front seats in the end. It's so much more fun because you crest the top of them and it just looks like a sheer drop. It's so terrifying. The end. I think this is a rescue one for us.
Brand new vehicle.
New whip.
Oh, sad.
I think we were right. I think ours broke. Someone quickly came out and gave us this one. Our new guy's fun. He went straight up. It felt like we were going straight up and then turned and we went straight down. Whew. I'm scared. This hill is like 10 times the one I fell off of yesterday. And he wasn't shy with the wax.
We're both pretty frightened. Okay, with this. You did it!
Look how high I pulled my skirt up. I was scared it was gonna fall down. Oh, that wasn't too
That was great.
I want to do it again. The fun thing about doing sandboarding on the tour is you don't have to walk back up the hill. We're just walking to the end here and he's going to come pick us up.
That's our guy.
He seems a lot more fast and loose than our original one.
Yeah. I think we're the guinea pigs this time. Yep.
Oh my god, this one's crazy! It just keeps going!
That was so scary. No one else has gone down this one. He was just like, yeah, go on. That was so much fun.
That was really good.
I felt like I was, you know how you brake with your feet?
Yeah.
I feel like my feet were gonna break how much I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Sunset time. I honestly feel like a little kid. This is so much fun because it feels slightly unsafe. It's so nice. We've come out to watch the sunset and have another photo op, and everyone is just in the best moods and we're all taking each other's photos and just having the best time. And in the distance you can still just hear everyone screams and giggles. Pretty special sunset. Jordan's running around asking everyone if they want photos. I was just saying, for such a like adrenaline-y, macho-y kind of activity, this is extremely giggly and wholesome and light and just fun.
It is a lot of fun.
It's so good. I'm so glad we did this. Jordan doesn't know I'm filming this. We just realised that he booked this bus ticket for last night and it was the most expensive bus we've ever taken. So plans have changed.
We've spent the last 18 months traveling the world, and apart from one very luxurious train, welcome to the Rocky Mountaineer.
This is so fancy.
First impressions of the train? Insane. We've mostly been on buses. That means we've had a lot of long rides and a few international border crossings. But all of those transport adventures pale in comparison to what we are doing tonight. We are about to board an 18-hour bus that's going to take us all the way from the desert oasis in Huacachina to the Incan capital of Cusco. And I've just realized I booked the bus tickets for yesterday, so wish us luck. The original plan was to enjoy one last sunset in Huacachina. But we thought it's probably best to run to the bus terminal, see if we can sort out some tickets.
The one thing working in our favour right now is that our original ticket was for 6 p.m. last night. That got cancelled and we got rebooked onto the 9 p.m. that was meant to be last night. We thought it was tonight. So I'm hoping that with that little change, maybe changing it from last night that we missed to tonight that we're here for, won't be too difficult, but who knows.
That went a lot better than expected. Not only were they able to change a ticket from last night, which we missed, to tonight, it's now no longer a 9 p.m, it's a 6:30 p.m. So the whole journey gets a lot easier. And one of our seats was on a promotion, so we actually got some money back. Cruise Del Sur is very impressive. We've been listening to this philosophy podcast when we go to sleep, and there was this philosopher who said, if you worry about something, you end up suffering twice. So we tried to not worry about this. Turns out, we didn't suffer at all.
I was just thinking in the tuk-tuk about how funny it is that even these little mess-ups, they're always the funniest memories to look back on. What do you think the one I'm thinking of is?
I thought it was Sophia.
No, I'd forgotten about that.
I just make so many mistakes.
Cierre servicio 4 de la tarde.
In Sofia, Bulgaria, you booked the hotel for the wrong month.
Made it to an apartment in Sofia. Turns out the one I booked and the one that we walked to, I booked for December.
Yeah, three months difference.
No, the one I was thinking, or the two I was thinking of, one was when we got on the wrong train in India.
Yep.
I don't know how we've done this, but we've checked out of our hotel a day early, gotten onto the train a day early, and we're about to go to our next hotel a day early.
Do not make our mistake. It is now double the price.
That was my bad.
That was both of us. So stupid. That one did cost us money.
Yeah, like to rebook the whole ticket.
And the other one, of course, is...
That was pretty gross. Emily had this tube pulled out of her leg.
I had a drainage tube that had to be pulled out. So I feel a little bit sick now, but the old accident in Thailand. But again, one of my favorite things about both of our personalities is that we tend to be glasses half full kind of people. So even I remember so clearly in that moment, even at the hospital, like laughing about it, knowing it was going to be a funny memory to look back on, and being like, oh, we get an entire week at this lovely hotel. How are we going to complain about that?
We fell off a scooter in Thailand, for those who haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Whenever we do a bus video like this, it is inevitable that we're going to get comments saying that flying is cheaper. But believe me, if flying was cheaper, we would be at the airport right now.
These tickets cost us 70 Australian dollars per person, and yes, you could get flights for a reasonable price if you booked early enough in advance. But with our big, heavy wheelie bags, it would have cost double the price of these tickets for us to fly. Plus, you would have actually had to go to Lima to be able to fly onto Cusco. And putting my discomfort aside, there is some benefits to getting a bus.
Things like getting to see so much more of the Peruvian countryside than if we flew. Maybe not right now because it's dark, but tomorrow morning. This is home for the next 18 hours.
We have definitely both been in denial about this bus. Like 18 hours is a damn long time to spend on a bus. But we just haven't thought about it long enough to be sad about it yet. I'm just hopeful that we both get some sleep. We got a little snack pack, which was a nice little surprise. And there is lots in here. Muesli bar, crackers, another muesli bar, chocolate, it never ends, soda crackers, a juice, and a water. How good's that?
That's a surprisingly good haul. I think that's the most we've got on any bus ever.
Turkey was like pretty unlimited.
Seems like every bus we've been on, there's always been a choice of snacks. Salty or sweet, but sometimes they come around 2, 3, 4 times on a journey.
Flixbus could never do this.
That's true.
You know what snacks were the best? The train from Bulgaria to Turkey. There was those pretzel sticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like hardly anything yet so exciting.
We had our own mini fridge.
I think that's what made it exciting. 1 hour late.
The bus was incredibly loud, but I did find time to jump to the toilet for a quick tour. It was surprisingly clean. There is soap, toilet paper, hand towels. One thing that's different from this toilet and most other bus toilets is they actually had a stand-up urinal, which is kind of common in South America, but I've never seen it before. You've got a sink with running water and a nice little window that thankfully opens to help with the smell a little bit.
Past 11:30 now, which means we have just tipped over to this being the longest bus ride we've ever done. Previous to this, in Europe, we took a Flixbus from the Netherlands all the way across Germany to Poland, and I think that was about 15 hours. I also think we should be getting in soon, but I honestly have no idea. I slept okay. My knee is really sore from like the position I was sort of sitting in, but not bad. I really like how they have these little curtain dividers. Obviously it's not too bad because I know my buddy, but like, just gives every single person on the bus privacy. I guess they don't get a curtain between them. They have the aisle between them, that's good enough. seats are pretty basic but pretty comfortable. They recline a decent way and you have this cool footrest that means your feet are at like a 45-degree angle. Everyone has screens, there's light controls, aircon, place to put your bags, but no one really uses that because it's not super safe. Not bad.
And we've made it to Cusco. Got our bags, just gotta call an Uber, get to the apartment, and then we'll recap the bus. Emily's very tired. Did you sleep at all?
I don't think so.
I thought it was one of the best buses we've had, but
One of the best buses.
apparently not. Best buses in South America.
The lay flat one was just so comfy.
I didn't fit on that one.
Yeah, maybe I'm too short for these seats, you're too tall for those.
Maybe.
Definitely wasn't the worst bus we've ever taken.
No.
That would be that weird one in Vietnam.
The honky one?
Yeah, we made a TikTok about it.
Oh,
and
that
it
one.
has 10 million views, which is just ridiculous. I'm glad we're in Cusco though. Acclimatized for the next adventure.
It's gonna be a big one. This insane accommodation is where we spent our first night on the Salkantay trek, and something tells me it gets better from here.
Oh! I want to jump on the bed so bad, but I'm so sweaty. I don't want to ruin it.
But to tell the full story, we have to go back to the day before yesterday. Technically, this trek starts a couple of days before you begin hiking. We arrived into Cusco and went to check in at the Alpaca Expedition office. We got some cash out, paid the final balance for our trip, and had a welcome meeting.
Leaving tomorrow, going to this amazing and spectacular hike, which is Salkantay.
As we were being given the rundown of what this 5-night experience would look like, we could hear dozens of people outside the door packing up tents and equipment. These incredible people would be our porters. We met everyone who was on the same trip as us, as well as the Alpaca team who would be guiding us on the trail. After having all our questions answered, we were given a duffel bag to fill with our clothes and sent home for a restless night. Which brings me to yesterday. It is currently just after 2:30 p.m. and we are about to board a bus that's going to take us 3 hours to our accommodation tonight. Energies are really high, but I think both Emily and I are straddling the fence between really, really excited and a bit nervous.
Oh, that's the bus. It's green. That's gotta be it, right? I am not straddling the line. I am full on nervous, borderline anxious. We have never done a physical challenge like this difficult before, and I think I'm just really worried about whether or not I can do it. Oh, I'm scared.
Hola.
Alright team, finally we made it after this long ride. So this is the Glass Cabañas, and we're going to get off here and then we will show to you the accommodations, the rooms.
Hey, it's like proper alpaca. I can't wait to turn the light off tonight and hopefully we can see the Milky Way.
Tomorrow the wake-up time is going to be 4:20 for everybody. Alright, we are the alarms, we come room by room, telling you good morning, wake up, okay, sleep well, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm going to say Team Baby Alpaca and everybody else to Machu Picchu. Alright? To Machu Picchu. Alright? And 3. Team Baby Alpacas! To Machu Picchu!
It is beautiful. The sky is like this perfect blue and all the clouds are wisping past. They were like this perfect pink this morning. It's a great start to the day. I'm still really nervous, but now that we're going, it doesn't feel like this big scary thing. Like I'm just focusing on getting to Hermonte Lake and then I'll focus on the rest.
If I can, everybody else can do it as well. Alright team?
Not only is today the hardest and longest day out of all the 5 days on this trek, but if all goes to plan, we'll be able to say that we crossed through the Salkantay Pass, which is a pass on the second highest mountain in Cusco. We started today at our accommodation in Soray Pampa at 3,900 meters elevation, and we are climbing some more.
So today is 18 kilometers. We go up to Huaraz Lake, back down, and then through the Salkantay Pass, which is going to be, I think, the toughest bit. It's going to be freezing cold up there as well. Oh, I'm freezing. He told us all to bring beanies, gloves, and like bandanas and stuff.
So they just gave us some mountain lion pee. Apparently it helps with the altitude. It smelled like alcohol. This cloud cover came out of nowhere.
I wonder if it's hiding in the climate.
Yeah, you can't see how steep it is.
Yeah, I can just imagine that after that it's all flat.
It isn't.
I'm so tired already.
PMA, positive mental attitude all the way. Got it.
I think we're reaching the lake.
Emily,
close enough.
sorry.
That's all right.
Good job, Emily. We did it. We made it.
Wow! Oh my gosh, this is so cool. First challenge of the day done. We've made it. Everyone's having a break and something to eat. Pretty good spot for a picnic though.
Because we camped so close, we got to hike really early, and we are here completely by ourselves. All other Salkantay trekkers actually start this morning in Cusco with that 3-hour drive. They still have to wake up at 4:30, but they don't get here for like another couple of hours.
Basically, our packer deliberately plans their schedule so that we are the only ones places. Like literally, it's just our group at Huaraz Lake right now.
Yeah.
That's so special.
Now it's back down the mountain to then go back up a different way. It's about 1 kilometer of elevation altogether today, which is the highest we've ever done. You gotta be confident.
I'm not. Maybe judge. I respect them too much to be confident. Yes, I do. We made it down in like 20 minutes. Not even. We're waiting for the rest of the group and then we keep going straight away. Even more difficult through this pass. You could get a horse, but everyone's saying no. There's some alpacas behind us, and we just learned alpacas have a smaller head, llamas have a bigger one. That's how you know the difference. Alpaca, llama. It's hard to do. He does it so easy. Alpaca, llama. That's where we're going, that massive path that goes into the distance of nowhere.
strategically kept walking when everyone stopped so I could say, I'm in first place, baby!
We're trying coca leaves for the first time, and they say it's like a magic leaf that's going to give us energy. There's all caffeine, alkalines, all the good things, calcium to get us up this mountain. You wrap in the middle like a bit of stevia to make it sweet. Now we're going to shove this in our mouth, chew it for about 10 seconds, then no more chewing. Then you add some more leaves in, and then we're going to conquer this mountain in no time. It's very dry. Okay.
Half of my mouth is tingly from the cocoa leaves. Apparently that's normal.
I'm pooped, but really proud that we've made it this far. I think there's like an hour-ish maybe till lunch. We're doing it. Still in high spirits, still loving it. The views are amazing. My knees are killing, my toes are sore, but I'm happy.
On this trek, the porters and the helpers run ahead and they set up tents and everything for us to have lunch in. So you kind of treat it like royalty a little bit. I think we can see a green tent, and green is our color.
Like me, you might be wondering where we go to the bathroom on this trek because it's all day long. Turns out when we stop for lunch, there's a little toilet set up for us. We have a lovely tent for some privacy. It's like a composty style toilet. We have a garbage bag for our toilet paper. What else do you need? Giacomo, good job!
Good.
As you can see, there's pico already on the table. And this is pumpkin soup.
Lunch was great.
It's nuts that they bring that all up here and can cook all of that just for us.
Potato, fried trout, corn. Now we have another hour hike to the highest point on this whole 5-day trek, the Salkantay Pass.
And then downhill.
And down.
Sexy baby alpacas. We made it.
Wow, we did it! Oh, I'm freezing. The hardest point of the entire 5 days checked off.
Yeah, so early. Now it's like nothing too crazy.
I can't believe we're just surrounded in mist and fog right now, and it is hailing so much. BMA!
Oh my god.
All right, Team Baby Llamas. 1, 2, 3.
To camp. One hour left of our first day of hiking. Really, I feel quite accomplished that we actually got through it without much hassle. My toes are really sore though. That's camp, baby! Cannot wait to get some dinner and get inside our tents. We've made it to camp. I thought I'd set up these confessionals at the end of every night just to give a little bit more of an insight of how we're feeling. Today was tough, but honestly, I think we did that thing where we built it up in our head to make it seem like it was really, really hard. And it's just one foot in front of the other, and we got there. Emily actually walked through the gates first.
Emily Dean, first through the gates. On day one, the hardest day. Woo!
The only downside we had today was the weather when we got to the actual Salkantay Pass, the highest point on this whole trek. It was snowing and it was windy, but we made the most of it. Everyone's very wholesome here. I think we got really lucky with a really good group.
Hi, cutie. Day one, the hardest day. I think it's no secret how anxious and nervous I was. I think in reality I was giving myself like a 50% chance of making it. It just seemed like this monumental, huge thing that I wasn't sure I could physically do. But Jordan was amazing and encouraging me. We have an awesome group who's like cheering each other on and high-fiving. I have blisters all over my feet, sore knees, but we did it. All of that's just a very earnest way of saying I'm tired, but I'm happy we did it. The end.
This is home for the night.
Tonight's accommodation is a tent. We decided to upgrade and we have like air mattresses, which is adding like an inch of comfort, which I'm very happy we did.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I don't know whether they planned this on purpose or if it's a coincidence, but having the tent night, like arguably one of the uncomfortable nights right after the longest day, is probably really good because everyone's going to sleep no matter what. I'm so tired. Luckily we also have like proper sleeping bags, liners. I'm wearing all my thermals. I'm so proud of you.
Big walk.
We did the hardest day. It's like 30,000 steps, 17 Ks, and over a K in elevation.
Over a kilometre of elevation. It's 5 a.m. I like waking up with snowy mountains in front of us and horses next to us. This morning we were woken up by our normal cocoa tea, which was amazing, and gathered together in the breakfast hall for breakfast, and that was also pretty amazing.
Today is technically the longest day, so where yesterday was long and hard, today is long and not necessarily super hard. It's mostly downhill. But one really cool thing is last night it was raining for like 6 hours at our campsite. That means the people who are going past Salkantay Pass today, there's going to be like that much snow because at that elevation it snowed for 6 hours yesterday. So lucky we came yesterday.
So lucky. We get the view of the beautiful snowy mountains now though, which is a very big positive.
And we gotta go.
We are walking the 20 kilometres more or less downhill, but we're finishing at a hobbit's hut, which is interesting in itself, so really excited for today.
Baby alpacas!
We had a quick break, had some snacks, met some puppies. Now we've all got the ponchos on because it looks like it's gonna rain. So this day of the trip, we knew it was gonna be a little bit rainy and a little bit muddy, but we also knew it was through the cloud forest. And we've only done one other cloud forest before, and that was in Ecuador. And we are literally equal with the clouds, and they're moving so fast. It's pretty treacherous, so when animals are coming the other way, we all have to move to the mountainside and wait single file.
Taking on and off layers so much today. Just had a slight uphill and everyone's taking everything off. I'm sure when it goes downhill again, we'll put it back on. That's how you know a bridge is safe, when you have to go one at a time.
Wow.
Filled up our waters, picked up some flowers. 3.5 hours till camp.
How you doing? Miso? Some pretty intense downhill. Emily's knees are playing up.
So, I have one bad knee, and considering that we fell off a scooter in Thailand and I lost a chunk out of one knee, you would think it would be that one, but that's actually my good knee. So going downhill is hurting. I'm thankful I have the poles though, because I do think it's making a difference. Got into a part of the trail that splits into two, and one option is like an hour and a half, up and down, up and down, up and down. The other one is a shortcut and it should take 45 minutes. And given that my knee is playing up and it's not so nice, we decided to keep going on the Salkantay trek. We're going the long way, baby. PMA, baby.
Turns out the ups are brutal. The uphill was hard, but this is the reward. Really good views. And a lot of downhill now.
So not only is this route that we've decided to take longer than the other half of our group has taken, but we've just learnt about all these wild strawberries that are growing on the side of the path. So every 5 seconds we're all stopping to grab a handful, wash them off and eat them as we continue the hike. I think it's going to take longer than an hour and a half.
Look at the size of this one.
For today's snack, we got this fruit that's kind of like a passion fruit, but apparently sweet. One of the reasons we ended up picking alpaca, because there's obviously lots of companies you can do the Salkantay trek with, is their sustainability. Oops. And I think we've always cared about dogs and animals, and like this last month and going to the Amazon, that's really changed into caring about sustainability and traveling sustainably. Oh, it looks funky. And alpaca takes their sustainability like pretty seriously. So much so that even though this is obviously organic and natural, it will take too long to degrade out in nature. So this waste we're going to take with us.
Ice cream.
Ice cream?
Treat for everybody, okay? That's papa todos.
That's awesome. It literally tastes like passion fruit but sweet. Just guys being dudes trying to throw rocks into the river. Trying to get a celebration on camera. Someone's got to get it in.
It's weak again. I mean,
This is the entrance to our hobbit houses for tonight, which I'm so excited to see. I'm so excited to take these shoes off. Apparently we've done over like 35,000 steps today already.
that's day 2 in the books.
I feel like spirits were high today, so that's good. It was the longest day today, and honestly the morning it started really well. We were all like walking together, it was very wholesome, everyone's chatting and stuff. After lunch I think everyone started to notice their legs were a bit sore and everything.
I only started feeling my feet and my knees right at the last stretch.
My knee is killing me. You know the sound that gravel makes when you step over it? That's what my knee feels like when I'm walking now. So that's probably super healthy.
Tonight we're treated to the hobbit houses, hot showers, toilets and a jacuzzi, but we've just realized that we didn't bring towels, and I don't know how getting out of the hot water in this weather would be. So still debating whether or not to go in.
I'm so happy that we're doing something like this, that we're physically able to. It all starts with the attitude. And I know this isn't like some crazy physical challenge that we're doing, and there's people out there like Ned Brockman or the Hardest Skis are doing these crazy things. But this did seem quite the challenge to me, and the fact that we're already 2 days down, I'm just really proud of that.
We are situated in such a nice area though. There's like a rapid flowing river right in front of us, and obviously surrounded by some of the tallest mountains we've ever been in. All right.
On the verge of like a panic attack. Can you see it? Worth it. We made it to Machu Picchu. In our last video, we began the huge 5-night Salkantay trek with Alpaca Expeditions. Along the road, we saw Humante Lake completely alone. Made it through the challenging Salkantay Pass at 4,600 meters elevation. The hardest point of the entire 5 days, checked off. And even spent the night in a hobbit house. In this video, we met some unexpected challenges. That was really scary. As we continued the road to Machu Picchu.
Good, how are you? Very much.
Every morning starts with a coca tea, and this morning we thought we'd show you what a normal morning routine looks like on the Salkantay trek.
5:42 now, and believe it or not, this is a sleep-in this morning. This is the longest sleep-in we've had the last couple of days. Now we have to get changed into what we're going to wear today. Our morning routine self-care looks a little bit different on the Salkantay trek. Basically, it's been narrowed down to brushing our teeth, deodorant, and lots of sunscreen.
Every morning we have to pack up everything we need for the next night into these duffel bags. These get carried by our porters the entire day.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's impossible.
When we get them at night, it means not carrying but still getting access to things like toiletries and pajamas. It's pretty good. But during the day, if we need something, we need to carry our backpacks on our back. These can get heavy, especially if you're carrying electronics like a drone, but for most people, it's really not too bad.
The worst thing about every morning now has been putting on the shoes. And it's getting worse and worse each morning because my toes and my blisters are in so much pain. But that's okay. We're almost, today we will be over halfway.
Porters have the bags, now it's time for breakfast. Every morning we start with an included breakfast. Today it's got omelettes, there's coffee and some like fruit skewers. Everything you need for a full day of hiking. And because it's Misha's birthday on the tour, we had birthday cake for breakfast.
Happy birthday to you.
Which is never a bad thing. Before we put on our bags for the day and start the hike, I'm gonna quickly show you the bathroom. Has everything you need, including really hot water. It's also right next to a running river, so you don't have any of those awkward noises.
I'm going to say, all day!
Day 3, we're getting it!
So today we've got a 12-kilometer day. It's either 400 or 600 meters elevation. The jury's still out on that. But we are going to an avocado farm that might have coffee, or a coffee farm that might have avocado. Either way, it's gonna be a good day.
Haku haku.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
First stop of the day, coffee shop.
As soon as we reached the coffee house, we were split into teams and set to work. It was boys versus girls, and the winner would be whichever group could collect the most coffee beans.
Hi, Jordan. We are in the jungle. We're in the Amazon, at the beginning of the Amazon. And show me your beans. Coffee beans. Coffee beans. Coffee beans. Coffee beans. Oh my God, it's alright time. Use this 5 kilos. This is 6. Cheers.
Cheers to winning.
We had a coffee picking competition where Jordan cheated, so the boys won, but did they really?
Gracias.
And coffee we've just seen been roasted with some orange peel, some sugar. Literally, we just roasted it and grinded it. Is it good? Yum. Needs sugar.
Mango ceviche. Beef with Peruvian fries, no French fries. Okay, this is potato, and in the middle we have tuna. Lima beans, not lima beans.
We gotta go. Bye. Adios. Well, that was wholesome. Starbucks.
And now it's 4 hours uphill.
Yep.
Woo!
It's so hot and sweaty today. We're not going to get to camp without some sweat. What are we, only like halfway?
Yeah. But we just dipped our hats in a stream.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, it's really cold. A little bit of a brain freeze. The next few hours of hiking were brutal, and the scorching midday heat was taking its toll. As we continued to climb, I fell away from the group and ended up alone. Finding it hard to catch my breath, I felt like I was on the verge of an anxiety attack. I tried to focus my attention to my steps and was telling myself to just put one foot in front of the other. After what felt like a lifetime, we made it to our next big break. Still got energy. And I was like dying.
Day 3 incline is a lot of incline. Not as much as day 1, but because it's so hot, you almost feel it more. I think we've only got like an hour left and we'll make it to camp. I may fall over.
You got this.
I'll catch you.
It's all in the back, right? Oh my god!
That's impossible.
He's doing it with a smile on his face too.
Those are 20 kilos. That's enough.
Man, it's heavy.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
The first Incan ruin. Wow, this is crazy.
Polish perfection.
Whoa. Wow. What?
Machu Picchu.
Can you see it?
No? Oh yeah.
Yeah? That's Machu Picchu.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Guys.
Machu Picchu. That is Machu Picchu. Alright team, welcome to everybody to Yachta Pata or Pata Yachta. The wonder, alright? And here we have an Incan site in the remote situation.
weird woos.
I'm like, oh my god, Machu Picchu.
All right, and cut.
10 minutes downhill to camp.
Right? Good job, we made it.
Camp for the night has a view of Machu Picchu. Every single tent should have a view. Oh my god, that's so cool. We can open it and watch the sunset. Oh, there's so many rocks in there. God, that's nice.
We've probably said 4 or 5 times that this is the best place we've ever stayed. This is the best place we've ever stayed.
We didn't get here without some sweat though. I think at one point I could have like wrung out the back of my shirt and it would have dripped everywhere. That's how hot, hard and sweaty today was. Worth it.
Day 3 confessionals, we've made it to a campsite that looks over Machu Picchu, and we've seen another Incan ruin on the way. It's been a really awesome day. It's been super hard. Didn't expect the sun to be that hot, but it was a killer. And my foot is so sore. I'm dreading taking off my right sock to see the damage, and I definitely won't show you. I think Emily got a bit grumpy with me at the end because I didn't help set up the tent. I was flying the drone.
Maybe I'll say it again without crying.
But to be fair, you need light to fly the drone, and it was either get that or not. I stand by my decision. I wonder if she'll mention that in her confessional. It's pretty cool to be here.
Third day of hiking was pretty brutal actually considering the heat, but so worth it to end up with these views. Jordan's going to get us some cervezas now so we can enjoy the sunset with everyone. It was another really wholesome day. Like, this group is just so awesome and cheering each other on, cheering on the porters who do an insane job. I'm riding high now, but there was a point where I was like hyperventilating / on the verge of like a panic attack. And like half of the group had gone ahead and half was behind, and I was sort of by myself. And I was like hyperventilating and I just couldn't get enough air in. And I didn't want anyone to catch up to me, so I was still trying to move and I just couldn't catch my breath. That was really scary. I haven't had an anxiety attack or a panic attack in like a couple of years. Well, since we've quit our jobs and started doing this instead. So it's kind of scary to have one again, or like have the start of one. But I did it, my body did it, I'm okay, I made it, I'm safe. And what a place to end up. Oh, I didn't think I'd cry at that. Jordan picked a spot for that confessional right in all of the like horse's poo. So it better have looked good. I haven't had a beer in about 2 months. I haven't had alcohol in about 2 months, but it was hot today. We walked a lot. Look at this view. Plus, it's Misha's birthday, so I kind of have to.
Misha.
Blame her.
It's pretty nice here.
This is insane. I knew that the last night they said you were camping with a view of Machu Picchu.
Second to last night.
Second to last night. But I don't think I like let that sink in. I thought it would be like ages away. And yes, it's far away. But the fact that we're sitting here looking at a wonder of the world while we're drinking a cerveza after an awesome day of hiking, before a dinner that's included.
With also great views.
And amazing people. I just am not sure life gets better than this.
Pretty good.
And it's like, I was just saying before, it's a random Thursday. If we were at home doing the regular thing, we'd be getting home from a shitty day at work after sitting in traffic for an hour to then have to cook dinner and like go through all the rigmarole. Instead, this is our lives. You're back. You know when your sweat dries?
Yeah,
and
salty.
It's all salty. Yeah.
Gross. Good morning from our last trekking day on this entire trip. We woke up again in the morning by our guides offering us hot drinks. This time it wasn't just coca tea, we got coffee. And today we've got 14 kilometers. We're going to see some waterfalls. We're going to go to Hydroelectrica and eventually finish our time in Aguas Caliente, where we're staying in a hotel. Which would be nice because it means a full hot shower. I'm so happy.
Wait till you see the bathroom.
Oh my god, let's go. Pretty good views to wake up to. But before we get started with any of that, breakfast.
Bring on the last day of hiking.
Alright, I'm going to say Team Baby Alpacas, LFG, and everybody else will say let's finish it, okay? Team Baby Alpacas, LFG! Let's finish it!
Be fun to break down some of the words you might hear us saying because there's a lot of them that probably don't make sense. First is PMA.
PMA, positive mental attitude all the way.
We can do this hike because we believe we can here first, and then the body figures it out. Then we have Haku Haku.
Haku Haku.
Haku Haku.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Which means like, let's go, you've got this. LFG, let's f***ing go. What else? Oh, and most importantly, if you hear any references to picking flowers, going to the garden, picked up some flowers, that's our sort of secret code for needing the bathroom. Oh, we tell them.
We are alpacas, the baby alpacas.
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 LFG, LFG. Haku Haku,
Haku Haku.
we're going to Machu.
Going to Machu.
Picchu, Picchu.
Picchu, Picchu. Woo! Tonight is the first night in so many nights that we get a hotel room.
Everyone
means-
is beyond excited for a shower and a proper bed. Well, I mean, we've had proper bed. It's the shower we're all very excited for. We stink.
And just like having the amenities of a town. If you need something, you can just go get it.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
it's gonna be nice. Try Pisco Sour for the first time.
Yes.
Well deserved, I think, by the time we get there.
Yeah.
Best one yet.
We said goodbye to our chef and our porters at lunch. And now it's just 3 hours on the train tracks to Aguas Calientes. And these are the same tracks that I think we'll be coming back on tomorrow after we visit Machu Picchu, which I'm really excited for. And this is the train that we'll be catching back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning we're seeing Machu Picchu. Every day kind of blends together.
This is quite possibly going to be the best shower of my life. Ooh. Oh my god! Look at that bed! This is so luxurious. I did not expect this. I don't know if like spending a few nights in tents and that sort of thing has made my bar a lot lower, but this is like 5-star. This is amazing. I want to jump on the bed so bad, but I'm so sweaty. I don't want to ruin it.
Don't know what I expected, but I expected less than this. I'm so happy.
Wait till you see the bathroom.
Oh my god, let's go. Whoa. Wow.
Separate bath. Isn't this like the fanciest? With a lot. Oh, sexy hair.
Yeah, first mirror in 4 days.
Yeah, first time looking in the mirror in 4 days is pretty rough.
Finished our last day of trekking. Been in the hotel room for like an hour and a half. Had the hottest shower.
I have not felt this clean in a long time. You know when you're like really dirty, so when you shower you just feel like
Today was pretty easy. We walked along the train tracks for a lot of it.
Today was really, really nice. All highlights.
But it was shaded, which was really nice.
It was really nice just walking along, chatting to everyone and getting to know everyone a bit more. I'm really gonna miss this group.
Now we're in a proper hotel room with charging ports and everything could be back to 100%. One thing to note about charging devices if you are thinking about doing this Salkantay trek, the first night you do have power, you do have outlets. The second night you don't. Third night you do. The fourth night you don't. The fifth night you do.
Doing this with Alpaca Expeditions was the best decision we've ever made. I can't believe that we get to see Machu Picchu tomorrow. Today's the day.
We made it to Machu Picchu.
We woke up super early this morning to have breakfast at the hotel and we caught the bus up, what was like 10-15 minutes? Packed. There are way more people here than I was expecting, but we get to see Machu Picchu today.
It's currently just past 6 a.m. and it's packed here.
I can't believe it's actually happening. Our third wonder of the world, I think it is, we figured out, because we've done the Taj, we've done the Colosseum, and now we're about to do Machu Picchu.
What else do you need to build a city? What else? Material. Look at the stones that we have, you know, Incas use here stones. What type of stone Incas use here to build Machu Picchu? Granite. We only have granite stone in Machu Picchu. This is the beginning, all right? But now let's take a picture. Look at, that's Huayna Picchu Mountain.
This is already amazing. We've walked up to the terraces, now we're going to like the postcard spot. What I didn't realize is that Machu Picchu isn't like the known name for this. The Incans didn't have any form of writing, so we don't know what they called it. It's just after the fact that we've started calling it Machu Picchu. Crazy.
Which means old mountain.
Some fun pop culture facts about Machu Picchu. 1. Paddington 3, I think, was recently filmed here. Transformers something was filmed here. The Simpsons have had episodes here. Oh, and the guy that discovered Machu Picchu, they think is the guy that sort of inspired Indiana Jones. Like if you see photos side by side, he kind of looks like Indiana Jones minus the whip. We made it to Machu Picchu. 7th wonder of the world, 3rd one for us.
Check. So we've been treated to pretty intense information the entire trek, but as soon as we got here, it was like information overload. There's so much to talk about, so much to go through, and so much history here. Obviously.
One more hour in Machu Picchu, but when we walk, please don't forget to take your pictures. You only come once. to Machu Picchu, okay?
My favourite story so far is about how when this place was first scientifically discovered, someone, being an archaeologist came here by accident because he was looking for a different Inca ruin. He ran into a farmer nearby and was like, where's these Incan ruins? And the farmer was like, oh yeah, I own them, I'll take you up. He came up here and there were farmers working and they were like, we're too busy to show you around, but my 10-year-old son can take you around. And he was the first ever tour guide of Machu Picchu, a 10-year-old boy. So we picked up these stones at the Salkantay Pass and we are leaving them here as an offering to Pachamama. We get to make a wish and she'll make it come true. Because back in the day there were pilgrims that carried loads of stones and we were pilgrims. We didn't really carry a load. They also did it barefoot and fasted. We definitely did not do that. But Pachamama will still grant us a wish. So we've learnt that the Incas and Machu Picchu was built with two different types of architecture. The first is this one that has sort of mortar in between, and this was more for like the servants, the peasants. The second, more impressively, was this like interlocking structure that has no mortar in between. It's just rocks cut perfectly and locked into place. This was used more for like high priest, high priestess, governor, all the high-ranking officials. As it turns out, Machu Picchu hasn't been without some incidents and accidents in its history. One, I think Jordan mentioned about the llamas.
We just learned that the only reason that there are llamas at Machu Picchu is because a beer company came here in the year 2000 to film a commercial and just abandoned them here. So the ones we saw on the way in are because of beer.
But when that beer company was here to film a commercial, the crane they were using to film everything fell and chipped the southern side of the sundial. And another one, which is crazy, is in the 1970s, the King and Queen of Spain came, and in order for them to allow a helicopter to land, they knocked down a monolith and just can't put it back into its original place. All for a helicopter to land. How ridiculous is that? So it's the only stone laying in a field now. Whoa, it's like 4 layers, all lined up perfectly.
And that's finished.
We're
Machu Picchu.
Walking out of Machu Picchu right now. I'm feeling really, really grateful for our guide, because not only were they like telling us heaps of facts and stories and all this history stuff, but like the commitment to taking photos for everyone.
Oh.
You look around and none of the guides are doing that. Like, we just got so lucky with this group and with these guides.
They are pros as well. It's like they went to college for it or something.
Honestly, they're better photos than we take.
Yeah.
By like a long time. Now, just a very nice train back to Cusco. I am making mistake after mistake on this food tour. That one's strong. Good afternoon from Cusco, Peru. Today we are doing one of our favorite things and doing a DIY Peruvian food tour all throughout this ancient city.
There's going to be beef, chicken, alpaca, cheese, heaps of traditional Peruvian foods, and hopefully a traditional Peruvian dessert. But it all starts with something pretty iconic. Okay,
Maybe not truly iconic, but we've come to Papachos to get ourselves a burger. The thing that makes that burger Peruvian is the meat. Peru and South America is pretty much the only place where you can get alpaca meat. I think it's going to be pretty much the same as an Australian having kangaroo meat, but I couldn't think of a better place to try it than Cusco. Look at this.
With the alpacas in the background.
Yeah, with the poor alpacas in the background.
I read online that alpaca meat is like really, really healthy and quite a good whole source of protein. I am not having this. I'm trying to save room for something later, but I did order a chicha morada. Ooh, okay. Picture this. You're in Helsinki having one of those vlogs, except you're not. You're somewhere really hot and it's served over ice. It's the same flavour as like a glog or a mulled wine, but it's cold. Really fragrant and delicious. I think the purple colour comes from corn, like purple corn. It was under the juices side of the menu, so I'm assuming there's no alcohol in it, unlike the chicha we've had previously. We both got to try some chicha as well. I'm already having the best time. Jordan might have panicked a little bit when he was ordering a drink and got a chocolate milkshake, which I didn't think was exactly a Peruvian thing to try, but I just googled Peruvian chocolate. Peru is one of the places to visit for chocolate lovers. It's some of the best in the world. Ooh.
On first inspection, looks really good, smells really good, good amount of cheese. They've got their own little fries on top. Normally I'm putting fries on there anyway, which I still did. Tomatoes look fresh, crispy lettuce, and really nice fries, so I hope it passes the taste test. Firstly, it does pass the taste test. It tastes incredible, but not like kangaroo. Kangaroo's like super high in protein and quite lean. This one does taste lean, but I feel like it's less red, if that makes sense. It's like a drier kind of meat, and it's balanced so well with those juicy tomatoes and crispy lettuce. It's really good.
Ooh, sun. Okay. I don't think I can taste the difference between that and beef. It's a really good burger though. Fries or potatoes weren't technically part of our list of things we wanted to try today, but I believe Peru has like 1,000 types of potatoes. So this is technically part of the food tour. I like that they put French fries in it. That's cool. My lunch is a lot healthier than that. This is Greenpoint, and not only is it one of Cusco's most popular restaurants, it was also named TripAdvisor's #1 hidden gem in the entire world. It also happens to be a vegan restaurant, which is kind of crazy when you think about how popular it is, but we are here for a particular soup.
So Greenpoint's a restaurant we've been to more than once. This is actually our 3rd time here, 4th. And it's effectively a garden in a half inside, half outside room. So there's like shade cloths, but there's also gorgeous Edison lights that like run along each of the ceilings. Our first time here, the waiter picked a fruit from one of the plants next to us and showed us exactly what fruit it was that we were going to be drinking. It's a very cool place, very zen.
Delicious, thank you so much. This has never happened before, but I think maybe the waiter recognized us from another night, and we have a complimentary little starter. This is like a tahini and some delicious bread to dip it in. He came over and we were like, oh no, we ordered the quinoa soup. He was like, no. Maybe I should use a knife. That is so savoury and delicious. It's almost like sesame seeds and chickpeas. Actually, I think chickpeas is what tahini is. Yum. Thank you so much, that was delicious.
Look how well presented the drinks are here. And I know for a fact this tastes amazing, because again, it's the 3rd time I'm having it. It's a strawberry lemonade.
Thank you. Oh, it smells so good. I have gotten a very healthy looking quinoa soup because quinoa is so integral to the Peruvian diet. I'm pretty sure it originated in the Andean region of Peru and it's been around since like the Incan Empire. They call this Incan gold or the mother grain because it's been around for that long. It's also really, really healthy. It's known as like a superfood and it's so popular in Peru. They put it in salads, in soups like this, and they also make a dish called quinoto, like risotto with rice, but with quinoa. This one looks incredibly healthy. The soup has come in a little teapot and you pour it over. I don't know why that's so fun. All soup should come in a teapot. Amazing. It's a very herby and fresh broth and the quinoa is perfectly cooked. There's all these delicious fresh veggies in there. Oh, just a bit healthier than your alpaca burger. That was delicious and very, very healthy. This drink is one of my favorites we've ever had, but it's time for a more traditional Peruvian drink from a museum. To end day one of our DIY Peruvian food tour, we are of course trying some pisco sours. Something I didn't realize is that there's sort of a friendly rivalry between Peru and Chile on the origins and recipe of a proper pisco sour. Generally speaking, it seems like Peru is accepted as the origin place of pisco, with the first known mention of the cocktail being in the 1920s. This American bartender named Victor Vaughan Morris was bartending in Lima, Peru, used pisco as the base for a cocktail, and it just gained momentum so rapidly. We have come to the Museum of Pisco to try 3 different recipes. You can get like an experience. They seem a bit busy today, so we've just ordered the drinks. But it's a really cool menu, and what it says is as much technical, historical, and cultural knowledge as you're willing to listen to, which I think is quite funny. I never make mistakes. So I might have read the menu not very well. It's a pisco tasting, not a pisco sour tasting. So we have 4 different types of pisco, some from this region, some are blends of grapes, some are single grapes. Which one do you want to try first? One with Machu Picchu on the bottle?
Sure.
Whoa, you can't smell it.
Is it blasphemy to say it smells a little bit tequila-y?
That's very strong.
Just found out that they're all between 40 and 45% alcohol.
It's like straight alcohol.
I think Emily might struggle through this.
Whoa. This one's another singular grape, I believe.
Wow.
Maybe it's because I've had a lot now. That one's the smoothest so far. And the final option is the museum's pisco. That one's strong.
The 2 you didn't like are my 2 favorites.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's quite a strong alcohol and like very alcohol-y taste, if that makes sense. And Jordan is the kind of person that drinks whiskey neat and on the rocks and stuff like that. I can't think of a single alcohol that I drink by itself. I feel like this was accidentally much more up your alley. Museum of Pisco, if you're watching, implement some sort of like pisco sour sampler, because that's what I thought this was. And that sounds so much funner to me. Wouldn't it be cool to get like 3 little pisco sours?
Okay, pretty successful day 1 on the Peru food tour, but we're gonna finish these piscos, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow for some new food.
Yes, we've had to split this food tour into 2 days, and this is the 2nd day, and I am very, very hungry. We thought we'd start the day at the San Pedro market, which is one of the biggest and most central and famous markets in all of Cusco. And fun fact to start the day, guess who commissioned it and looked after the building of it?
No idea.
Gustav Eiffel.
Really? Like the Eiffel Tower guy?
Crazy. Let's go get some juice.
That's so random.
So this market is famous for having a lot of different things, including things like bits of camel and things you would use in like a potion. But it's also supposed to have a really massive fruit area where we should be able to get a fruit juice, hopefully of the Peruvian variety. This place is cool.
intense. There's everything you could think of, from chocolates to clothes and souvenirs to like raw meat and hearts and all that. Apparently down this end as well, there's going to be like some restaurant-y type vendors. I don't know what these people are eating, but it must be good because they're 2 rows deep. This reminds me of Asia so much. We have decided to stop in the market for lomo saltado, which is an extremely popular Peruvian dish. It's beef strips marinated in like soy sauce with bell peppers, onions and rice, and ours came with potatoes on the side. Yes. There is heaps of stalls here, and we decided to stop at 8 for one because the lady's really nice. And it's only 10 soles, $5 for this huge plate. These market stalls are really cool because you can watch them prepare the dish. They have the rice all ready to go, freshened up the fries, and then there was this little pot that they were heating up all the onions and red peppers and beef in. It smells incredible. It tastes really familiar. It's almost like a beef stir fry. It's very tender beef and mild flavors. I love that we got chips.
Yeah.
Oh. They're not like the crispiest fries in the world. It tastes like they've been cooked in all of the beef juice. Oh, it's so good.
While we eat, everyone's like throwing their menus over the top, trying to get other people to come in and eat too.
There's only 1 fork.
Not in the whole restaurant, just for us.
Have you had the fries yet?
Yeah.
Why is it so good?
I think the rice is actually really good as well.
It's so simple but so delicious.
Yeah.
This is the place to come. It's such a cool energy in the market.
To wash down, offering other people to sit here. To wash down our traditional Peruvian food, we've got a traditional Peruvian drink. This is Inca Cola. I think it tastes a bit like creaming soda. But I really like it, and I can see how it would be addicting. This apparently sells more than Coca-Cola in Peru, which is nuts.
It tastes exactly like creaming soda and kind of cola mixed in there, which is so confusing because it's a bright yellow color.
You are my sun. You are my sunshine. You are my sun. Red and white. You are my sun. You are my sunshine.
Before we leave this awesome market, we are stopping off. There's like 3 rows of juice shops, so we have to get one. Jordan asked what's the most Peruvian, and he's getting that. I think it's golden berry, which is this tiny berry we've learnt about, this one. And I asked for lucuma, which I think is the passion fruity kind of fruit that we had one day on the Salkantay trip. I am making mistake after mistake on this food tour. The fruit that I thought I was getting is this. What I am getting is this. Should still be good.
This is goldenberry and I think pineapple and something else. Wow, oh, it's really good. You can taste that pineapple up in that high bit of your cheeks. The idea of having juice markets in amongst all these other souvenir markets is so good because after you spent like an hour walking around and looking at everything, you can just come get a refreshing juice and it like boosts your energy all the way back up. Oh, there's your juice.
Gracias. Ooh. Yum. It's like mainly a mango flavor, but then like the tartness from an orange. That's really, really nice. Plus it's like thicker than yours. It's like a smoothie. Yum. Can I try yours? I like mine better. Yours is really good too though. It's very refreshing because of the pineapple. If you only have an afternoon to spend in... I was about to say Lima. If you only have an afternoon to spend in Cusco for whatever reason, come here. You can do your souvenir shopping, you can try some Peruvian dishes, and you can get a delicious drink. Win, win, win. What's the next food? This wasn't on the list, but how do you say no to churros? I got 1 chocolate and 1 caramel. I guess I'll have them both. It's gonna be me in a second.
Sounded crunchy.
Bye.
Aww.
Not bad, not good. We had some at the Lima bus station and they were so good we went back for seconds. So I had really high hopes. Oh well.
You are my sunshine. You are my sun.
For our last dish of this Peru food tour, we've come to a very, very popular Nuna. It's a traditional Peruvian restaurant here that sits right next to the Plaza de Armas in the middle of Cusco. And like we said, it is incredibly popular. We've come here to get a specific chicken dish which looks really good. It's called ají galliano. Let me check. Ají de Galliana, and I think from what I've read online it's like a chicken dish that's got kind of like a spicy cheese sauce through it, and I'm really excited for it. I think we might have saved the best for last. I might get a beer too.
Oh, the cup is like, it's a Cuscanian cup and it has the Incan rocks. That's cool.
What is it about places in Cusco and giving like unexpected and amazing appetizers? This is, I'm going to say this wrong, uchikuta sauce, which is meant to be like a spicy sauce, and local potatoes.
I think we've mentioned it in this video, but potatoes in Peru are very popular, I guess. There's like 1,000 different varieties, and it looks like we got a couple of different varieties to try. And a Cuscania beer, which I believe is Peruvian. Could be Cusco specific, but I think it's Peru as a whole. Wow.
So it's finally here. This is the chicken. It's meant to have the spicy cheese sauce like we said, but we actually let us keep another spicy sauce, brought an extra spicy sauce, and I didn't know it came with eggs. And rice, so lots of surprises here. Also, the plating is insane. Look at these little purple globules of something. It smells so good. Uh-oh, the chicken flavor is insane. The texture is beautiful, but it kind of still has that, kind of has a little bit of a homemade kind of texture in like the best way possible. You'll know what I mean when you try it. Yum.
It's very savory and like almost like a strong stock flavor. Pretty good. We're on the side of a cliff. After spending a few days on the Salkantay trek, hiking in the mud, making new friends, and exploring one of the 7 wonders of the world, it was finally time to leave the trail and head back to Cusco, where we ate our way around the ancient and colourful city. That one's strong. Today we are heading 2 hours north into the Sacred Valley, where we'll be spending the night suspended in a glass box hanging from a cliff in one of the most extraordinary hotels in the world. Oh yeah. Feeling very cool. We actually got picked up around 2 this afternoon for a 2-hour drive to the Sacred Valley, and now we're about to ascend to the tallest pod because Jordan couldn't help himself. I'm nervous, my bag's heavy, don't know how to work this yet. Time to go.
It's your birthday. Oh.
All these different anchor points you have to disconnect and reconnect, and they're honestly so much closer together than I ever would have thought. One at a time. It's kind of nice though, because it's like a bunch of built-in brakes.
If you've done some research into like unique hotels here in Peru, you've probably come across something called the Sky Lodge, which is effectively this one's sister. They're legit just down the road, but there are a few differences. The Sky Lodge you have to climb along the cliff without these steps, but also the toilets don't flush, and we get a hot tub, so whether you want adventure or comfort, it's going to be one or the other here.
Oh my god, this bridge we have to cross. one by one. Oh, it's so wobbly. Oh my gosh. Okay, calm.
This is definitely the scene from Trek.
And don't look down. Keep on moving and don't look down.
I'm looking down.
Part of me hates Jordan for choosing the tallest one, but part of me's like, if you're coming, you may as well do it, you know? I'm also glad of the fact that this should be one of the most difficult times we're doing this, because we've got our backpacks and everything on our bag. I'm not looking forward to doing this at night though.
Wow.
Isn't that terrifying?
It's pretty far down. It's good views though.
We made it. That wasn't too bad. I'm so glad for all those breaks of having to cliff and unclip, because I feel like you don't get too out of breath. I honestly didn't think this would be that scary, but it was terrifying. How do you get in?
Wow. Down is like...
Okay, it's just like a ladder.
Thank you.
We did it! What is life anymore? My expectations for birthdays has gone through the roof now. I don't know how you're gonna top this next year. This is the best! It's a very expensive opportunity to do this and stay here, and we were really tossing and turning whether or not to book it. But I'm just having the best time.
Such a good view.
I think it's the adrenaline that you get walking up the stairs to get here. It's crazy looking over the edge, isn't it?
So far down.
Dinner was delicious. Now for a pitch black hike back to our capsule tent spaceship, where we're going to finish our wine and maybe play some cards, because it's my birthday, so I get to decide.
Lots of blankets. It's room in here.
It's honestly like a king bed. It's crazy.
Good night, baby. Happy birthday.
Sweet dreams.
These thick, fluffy blankets meant that I had one of the best night's sleep I've ever had. I was just out, plus the stars, and then you get to wake up to this incredible view. How'd you sleep?
Took me a little while to fall asleep because I kept being like, we're on the side of a cliff. Once you forget that, this is like one of the best beds we've ever had. The pillows are so cozy, and there's nothing a hotel can do that's more luxurious than having like a big white fluffy duvet. But they also give you this one, so it's really heavy and warm. I spilled it on myself. Jordan's just up on the roof to fly the drone for a little bit, because there is a lot of grey clouds in the sky that look a bit menacing. And I think we're gonna get ready for the day and head down for an early morning hot tub. They said we can go anytime from 6. I think they normally recommend like 9:30, because then you can make your way down and go straight to breakfast from there. But I think we're gonna go down a little bit earlier and then come back up one last time. Because how can you just leave these pods? Just come to sleep and then leave. This is probably one of the most unique accommodations we have ever stayed in, and I can't imagine this getting beat anytime soon. We are 9,700 feet in the air, hanging off the edge of a cliff face by just a couple of strings. I know it's a lot safer than that, but it feels pretty precarious. Considering that's where we are, we actually have a lot of luxury in this little spaceship capsule, starting with the bed. I would normally like run and jump on the bed to show you how comfy cozy it is, but I'm worried about making sudden movements. This is probably one of the comfiest beds we have had in a very long time. There's this gorgeous white, clean, fluffy sheet. We each get 2 amazing pillows, and underneath there is like this weighted blanket that just sends you off to sleep. And then you get to look up at all the stars or the sunrise. Oh, there's a plane. Okay, because Jordan asked for the tallest of the pods, we were able to just sleep with all of these curtains open last night, whereas everyone else, I think you'd be a bit worried that someone above you could maybe peer in, because we can see in. This capsule is 8 feet wide and tall and 14 feet long. So this is one end. Then next we have 2 single beds, so you could very easily fit a family up here quite comfortably. Whoever gets this side has a rather scary view because their entire wall is just a window. They also have put up a little sign of all the constellations, so all of the pods are named after different Incan constellations. We're in Orion, which is the tallest. Next, we have some storage space. We've already made such a mess of this, but this is where you can put your bags. They've given you some extra blankets, as well as a bunch of different teas, every option of glassware you can think of, cups, mugs, and wine glasses, as well as a jug of purified water and a thermos that is still hot this morning. We also have a ladder. This is how you get in and out of the amazing pod. That's all there is about that. And finally, let's switch spots. This is one of the most unique bathrooms we have ever had and probably will ever have. I just don't know how we're ever gonna beat this view from a toilet. Speaking of, we have like a proper flushing toilet here, and we are hanging on the side of a cliff. Like, how have they done that? On the other side, there is a proper running basin, as well as some little amenities like a towel, some soap, and a little bowl of potpourri. It smells so good. It smells like roses. No one will ever know. Jordan did a big stinky poo. There is no shower in your main capsule, but when we go down to the hot tubs, I'll show you where it is.
This is pod 6 coming down to the spa.
At the spa, there are 3 separate hot tubs and 3 separate like dressing room bathrooms. And I think we got super lucky because there are only 3 groups staying here tonight. So we each get our own pod. This is ours. In here you have a proper flushing toilet again with toilet paper, basin, running water, all of that good stuff. Plus a shower with shampoo, conditioner, body wash. So we've got to rinse off before we hop in the hot tub. In my professional opinion, after staying in way too many hotel rooms the last 2 years, there are a couple of things that make them really luxurious. One is when you get really fancy robes like this. I don't expect that from every hotel though, because I know that this is a lot. But the other thing is when you get multiple towels. Like if I can have 2 towels without stealing one from Jordan, that is the height of luxury in my opinion. These jacuzzi hot tubs are so cool. We're just like overlooking everyone right now. And we came down earlier than everyone else, so we're alone. It's so cool. That's our pot. All the way at the top.
So we were actually in here last night, but the footage probably was a little bit dark. Emily looked a bit scary with a candle flickering in her eyes.
This is so magical.
But these hot tubs are fully wood fire heated, so the temperature is really hard to control. If it gets too hot, they just come up with a massive hose and cool it down for you. We decided to wake up really early to try and get here by ourselves. It is still like it's 7 o'clock, so not super early.
The views of the Sacred Valley are just phenomenal. And the fact we're down here by ourselves, so there's 3 separate jacuzzis, but what's really nice is they've sort of separated them by like pots of plants. So even though we are all in a row, it feels like quite private. I love it here. I don't want to leave.
Soaking it up in the hot tub, but now it's time for breakfast, which is also included.
He's lying to you. We've been here by ourselves for what, half an hour?
Yeah.
And now other people are starting to arrive, so we're going to jump out in a second and go run around and take more photos and videos of the capsule because we can't get enough. And basically be in there until the very last second until we have to run down and have breakfast, which I'm sure will be delicious. Last night was like a full-on 4-course meal. 4 courses, not 3. We had a delicious pumpkin soup with these mouth-watering croutons. Then this dark leafy green salad, which was really good. The main, I had like veggie patties with potatoes, and Jordan had chicken and potatoes. And then a really nice mango dessert. It was the perfect sweet treat. Happy days.
Happy days.
I don't know how you're going to top this for next year. Challenge.
You know, since you've been 30, you've never been below like 9,000 feet.
We've heard the guides here talk about how windy it gets, and it was pretty windy when we first got here, but the weather cleared up and it's been amazing. We had completely clear skies last night, no wind this morning. We've been very lucky.
It was that clear. The stars were so bright and twinkling. It's the brightest and most stars Jordan's ever seen, and we tried our hand at like night star photography. They turned out okay. Better than nothing. Just had the best birthday. Got a really cute call as soon as we got here from my niece. It's the best happy birthday song I've ever had. A mouth-watering dinner, a steamy hot tub, and then this phenomenal view from where we're sleeping attached to a cliffside. Very lucky and grateful, and I'm sure I look really cool for 30. Hat and gloves.
Let's go.
I don't want to leave.
Pod 6 on their way down for breakfast.
Bye, best hotel ever. I think this is going to be the scariest trip because my backpack's so heavy and we're going down. They're the 2 worst things. Sad to report that our next hotel will not be this cool. But I am officially obsessed with like adventure, one-of-a-kind, super unique, extraordinary hotels. So if you know of any, leave them in the comments and maybe we can try and plan our travels to visit a few more.
This is Peru Rail's famous Titicaca train, one of the most luxurious trains in all of South America. And today, we're going to be soaking in the Peruvian Andes as we coast from the ancient Incan capital of Cusco all the way to Puno, which sits on the incredible shores of Lake Titicaca.
This is a scenic train, so it slows down for picture perfect moments to allow everyone on board to take in the more local and rural sides of Peru.
During this journey, we're going to be showing you a full tour of the train,
Best bit of the train is at the back.
as well as sharing the entire onboard experience, including a 3-course gourmet lunch, phenomenal views from this dedicated viewing platform, a bunch of onboard entertainment, and we might try a pisco sour or two.
We have literally just taken off from Cusco, but I wanted to give you a quick tour now while it's still kind of quiet. The main room, the dining room that we're staying in, we are at a table of 4, so we have some new friends today, which is nice. But what's really cool is it's so honky. That's a long one. But what's really cool is there's also a bar cart. There's more seats so you can sit here and enjoy. I think there's going to be a performance in here later as well, because there's like a drum kit set to the side. But the best bit of the train is at the back. This is like the open viewing platform at the very back of the train. There's another. It's just honking non-stop. There's another platform bench out here so you can sit and enjoy the views. Windows everywhere, and then the very back of the train is fully open.
Back viewing platform is definitely the best place. This journey is going to be filled with like incredible views, like amazing flat plains, really nice high mountains with snow on top. But to start, we're actually just going through the city of Cusco, which I kind of love. It's a different sort of experience.
We have moved seats, so we're not with our buddies anymore. There was like this whole kerfuffle with a few people that felt motion sickness going a certain direction, so we are now sitting across from each other. I unfortunately don't have much of a view right next to me, but that's okay. I think we're going to spend 90% of this journey out on the open viewing platform, or probably in the bar.
My breakfast, I've got the American style, which isn't included in the price of the ticket, but lunches, I was just so hungry I had to get something. It's got bacon, eggs, sausage, and more bread than I know what to do with. Emily didn't get anything, so I guess we can share, if you're lucky.
You can get basically any cocktail you want all day long, as well as straight liquors, beers, coffee, hot drinks, soft drinks, energy drinks, tequila, rum, vodka, bourbon, scotch, cognac, liqueurs, pina colada, gin and tonic, old fashioned, pisco sour. Literally anything you could want, you can get it on this train. We have left the city now, so the views out the window are just getting better and better. The honking's still going. If you're nosy like me, you're probably wondering what the toilet situation is on a train like this. So let me show you. This is incredibly spacious for a train toilet. It's got this beautiful wood paneling all around. There's a couple of old photos. We have some flowers and what looks like a room sprayer so it doesn't smell. Literally, as I was coming in, the staff member was coming out from cleaning in here. Ooh! Looks like there's hand wash, hand gel, and moisturizer, as well as like fancy cloths to dry your hand with. Directions to wash your hands. Very important. It's a proper flushing toilet with running water in the sink. What more do you want on a train? So, fun fact about me is that I actually used to work on board the interstate trains within Australia, so like the GAN and the Indian Pacific and stuff like that. And there's something about this train that is just taking me back to that time in my life. I think it's like the decor looks quite similar, the service has similar aspects to it as well. I remember so clearly while I worked there thinking that our clientele were all basically retirees, so I thought train travel was only for older people that could afford it, but ever since we took that first ever train in Thailand from Chiang Mai to Bangkok. We have just fallen in love with train travel, and I think it's for a couple of different reasons. The main one is that you have freedom on board to stand up and stretch. There's heaps of space, but you're still getting from A to B, and you still get to look out the window at just the world going by. I love it. What's the game?
Attention please. You are invited to the car bar where a welcome drink will be served. Also, a fashion show with baby alpaca clothing and a live music show with traditional dances of the region will be presented. Thank you for your attention.
Something so fancy about when you get a welcome drink somewhere. I love it. Yes.
Shoot away again!
She was getting joy out of changing it every session, so we were all like, wait, what?
They show you so much, friends. Thank you so much, my friend.
That was so much fun. We just had welcome drinks and like a fashion show, which was a little bit weird, and this amazing dancer. I don't know how she was doing that on the train for as long as she was. And the musicians were awesome. They sounded amazing. I love when they got us to join in, like Pachamama.
Dancing in a group like that is one of those things where like you look at it, you're like lame, and then as soon as you stand up, you're like, this is the best thing ever. It was so fun.
It was the best. I was getting tired before, now I'm full of energy. We are decently full today. There is 2 dining carriages and 1 bar cart, and the dining carriages are pretty full. On one side there is seats of 4 and 2, and on the other side it's like a single row. So me and Jordan are facing each other, which is really nice. The seats are so comfy. I can't even explain. They even give you a little lumbar pillow. We have a little table with a cute little lamp, and there is an outlet that we can use to charge our phones, which is perfect because everyone is on their phones the entire time taking photos and just recording every moment that's happening. That's about it. Oh, there's a spot to put your bag up above. There's also like a bigger space behind me for people's little luggage that didn't get checked. I think that's all. It's all decorated with really cute flowers too. I'm just in the best mood after that dance party. Yeah.
We've reached the part of the journey where we're kind of wasting time. I say wasting time, it's the easiest time to waste ever because you just look out the window. It's incredible. I'm having a lot of fun. This is really nice.
I swear train travel brings out like a certain type of person, and it's very wholesome just chatting to everyone and meeting everyone. And it's weird that the train is quite full, but like we're alone in the bar cart right now. There's hardly anyone out on the viewing deck. Like you still have pockets of space for yourself. There's so many of them.
Herds of alpaca as well. What more do you need?
This morning, but it's a lot more relaxed than I was expecting. We put on our best clothes, which just means a jeans and a jumper. But there's people in active wear, like everyone's basically in sneakers and hiking boots. I did curl my hair all fancy with a pair of leggings.
To get off the train using the door at the front, situated on the right-hand side of your respective car. To return back to the train, please pay attention to the announcement from the locomotive. Here, you will find a small craft market and a colorful chapel which was built in the 20th century.
We've stopped in this tiny town that has a little marketplace just for the train. Everyone's getting photos on the front of the locomotive, and we met the sweetest man that was like obsessed with the drone. So I'm gonna email him the photos when we get into Wi-Fi. Very, very wholesome.
My heart rate is racing because we just made it back on the train. I was like, drone, come back, drone, come back. Plus, being at elevation doesn't really help with the old heart rate. And that was the highest point on this whole journey. But it's lunchtime, starting with a wine.
Of course the 3-course meal starts with a soup. We are in South America.
Always scares me on the train with it jiggling around. He specifically told us it's very, very hot. And it's like, oh.
Lunch was amazing. It was a 3-course lunch and it was delicious. And now half of the people in their dining chairs are like, so we're the only ones out here.
Cheers.
Cheers! I don't think for this entire time we've been on the train, I haven't been eating or drinking something for more than 15 minutes. It's constant. It's not all free, but it's constant. Wow.
This is like the biggest market I've ever seen. It just keeps going. And then as soon as the train passes like shops, everyone scatters back onto the tracks. Oh, it's getting tight.
Why is this so fun? It's just waving.
I don't know what that was, but it was very wholesome. It was like a Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse!
Marching bands.
At what age does waving get that wholesome? That was the best thing we've done all day.
That's
and it was
like-
just waving at kids.
This is just the town next to Puno where we're finishing, and it just had like a massive festival on.
Today's been the best.
Today's been awesome. That was really cool.
Never ends. Turns out afternoon tea is also included. They have little finger sandwiches. Finger sandwiches.
That is almost 10 hours up.
This is the perfect way to get from Cusco to Lake Titicaca. If you don't do it this way, you're doing it wrong.
Also, if you're moving into Bolivia next, This gets you almost the whole way there, and it's amazing.
Just a little bit of luxury before you hop on another bus, probably.
Which we're doing tomorrow morning at 5 in the morning.
Yay!
We'll see you in La Paz. You guys be quiet.
Quite on sad. But when the largest city in pre-Columbian what?
Bring bug spray when you're here. Ow.
And
the water is so blue. Definitely the bluest water I've ever seen, including Powerade.
I know, I can't wait to have a Powerade tonight and be like, oh, remember when?
I'm drinking the lake. Altitude check.
Don't make me walk backwards. Look at that clip. You want to make out like they are?
With you?
No, with that person over there.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the fact that this is something like this has never happened though in a year and a half of travel, I feel like that's a pretty good record. Like we've never forgotten a key or anything. This is, instead of just, I would have rather just forgot the key though. That would have been a lot easier, a lot quicker. There's definitely a lot of pressure. If I don't see a cat, I might cry after the day we've had.
Divorce. Oh, I'm going backwards! Let's just slide down on our bums to go to dinner. Nice and easy. Ah. Oh God.
Testing, testing. Please work. Don't be covered in sand.
Look at you.
Bless you. Ah! Wait, what? Isn't it the opposite? Why are they both taking me that way? I want to go that way. Reverse.
Ready for this sick move?
Yeah. So sick.
Thanks.
You're so lame. Anything left to do? Oh, now we've got to go. Oh, there's only one left thing to do. Oh my.
I can't go. I just can't go. Let's go. Alright, you take it. Off you go. Go, go, go.
I'm too far forward.
Looks pretty intimidating.
It looks so intimidating. I'm
Oh,
going.
I guess you're off.
Bye.
Can you tell that we've been in the dunes for a while? Celebratory.
What can I say? It? Celebratory this? You see it?
Yep.
Nothing came out.
A bit warmer?
Yeah, I'm slowly warming up. Having my hands in my pockets helps. Thank you.
Ruined my glove. So it's more of a useless mitten now.
Welcome to 30.
Can't wait to have a beer tomorrow.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's a weird statue.
At least we look really cool doing it.
There's more. Can you go see if there's more coffee? You look good.
Cheers. Happy birthday. Shoot
Okay.
Made it to our first Inca ruin. Oh my God.
Maybe I'll say it again without crying, like a little wuss.
Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm trying to get the shot.
We're in Machu Picchu right now.
And look at over there. Look at over there, the green alpaca guy too. You see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You think that he's better than me? And everybody say, baby alpacas in Machu Picchu.
Baby alpacas in Machu Picchu.
Beautiful. Look at everybody.
Oh my God. Difficult because it's also in Spanish.
I just don't actually know what quinoa is.
Is quinoa a
Fruit? Is it like a grain?
yes?
Ah.
What was that? Tilly could match me.
For what bit? Are you serious? You're so annoying.
I didn't spill. Let's go. Should we take a bag?
take a bag.
Yeah. I won't, but you can.
Just letting you know we're on the way down to the spa.
Why was that so exciting?
Pikachu. I don't have anything to say.
That we climbed that like 5 times. Thanks for a great birthday.
Happy birthday, babe.
I love you.
I love you.
There's so many bugs.
No, you were there at all. Hola, chica.
Oh wow, this bit's nice. Do you know what hotel we're staying in? Toilet tour.
The train's bumpy. I need you to take something.
Keep panicking. This